Hello, 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 everybody. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. I'm eating popcorn because we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of Marvel stuff to go over. And I felt like it was popcorn-worthy stuff to talk about, right? So I do apologize. I don't want to eat popcorn in the microphone. I realize that now. How's everybody's Tuesday going? Everybody good? I can see you now. Yeah, so yesterday, not my fault, but yesterday, Streamyard was not working for me. I couldn't get it to work at all. I couldn't get it to record anything. I couldn't get it to edit anything. I couldn't see comments. It was just issue after issue after issue. It wasn't just me. Apparently, it was happening to Darren and other people that were streaming at the time that I chat with. Were like, "Oh, is everything okay? Is everything good with you guys?" And it was a problem. Now, full disclosure: Streamyard was purchased by another company about a year ago, but they were still in the process of like getting all of that. I guess like all the behind the scenes stuff working. And so just a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, they announced that new company was in full ownership. And they've already started making the AI clips a monetizable thing where you have to pay for a certain amount of clips, which I'm not going to do because first of all, it's AI. Secondly, they're not very good. So yeah, they're doing a lot of weird things. So I don't know what's up with StreamYard. I do have an alternative to StreamYard that I could work on for the shows if something like that were to ever happen. And absolute worst case scenario, I could just rebuild my Streamlabs OBS to work like StreamYard and have everybody join me on a Discord call and bring everybody in that way. It's a little bit more difficult, but I could do it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We do have somebody in the back rooms. We have Joe in the building.
Hey, what's your goal? What's your goal for tonight?
10 super chats.
Well, quick, let's start talking about Steve Whitmire.
Yeah, Joe had an influx of like rapid fire super chats over 10 minutes. So I want to be like Joe. So 10 super chats tonight to hit the goal.
It was weird, and it started as soon as we started talking about Steve Whitmire, and it ended as soon as we stopped talking about Steve Whitmire.
Yeah.
Very weird.
But yeah, OBS Streamlabs or OBS will be what I will go to if I have to for making content, if something were to happen with StreamYard. Because to be honest, right now, they're sort of in a position where there's not a lot of services that work as well as they do. So they need a couple of bigger competitors to force them to be more strategic in the market. So anyway, I was just over on Joe's stream. So make sure you go head over and check that out later on playback. I don't know. Do you leave yours up for playback?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I got popcorn because we have some big stuff to talk about with Marvel tonight. So I came prepared. By the way, I actually have a movie theater popcorn maker, but it would take too long for me to do that tonight. So I found these really cool mini popcorn bags from Orville Redenbacher. Have you seen these before?
I have. Maybe it's just my microwave. I don't know. But in my experience, they burned really easily.
I did mine for 1:20 and it's fine. So I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you just got an old microwave. Mine's new. It's a brand new microwave. So I'm not trying to like age shame your microwave or anything like that, but
it did come with the house. So. We've been here for about 10 years.
So before we get started on like all of our topics, did you see? Actually, we have another guest popping in as soon as they load in. Oh, it's Omega is in the building. What's going on? So Omega was on Party Nation earlier because I tuned in for like a split second. You were there. So we've all been on streams tonight already before we ever got here. So
it's a stream heavy night.
Yeah. Well, I guess a lot of people also were doing their streams tonight because of the issues last night. So did you guys see this? There is a countdown timer now over on Marvel for Doomsday.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yes.
So I feel like we're getting trolled. Not in a bad way. I feel like this might be one of those times where it's a good troll, but they're going to release teasers during the next 11 months on this, and people are going to have to go back and find them. That's what's going to happen. I can almost guarantee it. I jumped in there earlier in the chat, and everybody's just waiting and just watching. And this is probably, like, if we're talking about the marketing they've been doing, you know, I've been very sort of negative on the way they've released the teasers, and we got a ton to talk about for that in a minute. I've been pretty negative about it, but I think this is brilliant marketing. I think this is actually brilliant because it's online. It's not gatekeeping anybody. You can just tune in when you want and chat with people. This is a good way to build hype over 11 months because you're going to jump in that chat. And as we get closer and closer and closer, the chat's going to get busier and people are going to be talking more, and they're going to be putting teasers up in this live stream. So they're going to be live for 11 months. That might be the longest live stream that's ever been on YouTube. I'd have to do some digging. Is there anything comes to your mind, like a longer live stream than 11 months?
I can't think of anything longer. I mean, I see these live streams sometimes where they're like streaming shows nonstop, and I don't know if they really ever end. Like, right. I think if you go to like Shout Factory, I think they just continuously live stream episodes of G.I. Joe.
Really?
Like,
okay.
Or the Transformers. So I don't know. That might go on for like a couple years. It seems like it's always there. So.
You know what I always wondered? Why is it? Because MTV recently ended their live streaming music video service everywhere. Why are they not doing something on YouTube? Why does MTV not just turn into a streaming music video channel on YouTube? Because that's where people watch music videos anyway. So I feel like they're leaving money on the table.
They are. They absolutely are.
Maybe the licensing rights for the music is more difficult on YouTube because all the artists can claim it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, except you look at something like TikTok. TikTok and Instagram have worked out deals with record labels, so I don't see why MTV has much more prestige than these other places.
Yeah, they definitely can work out. They've probably been working with them for how long MTV has been around? What, 40 some odd years?
Yeah. So let me ask you guys, what would you like to see in this 11-month like live stream? Is there something like a teaser or a character reveal or something? Is there anything in particular that you would like to see pop up during this next 11 months here?
Probably like probably something like another trailer or something that they show only once during a certain time period. Say like 8 months.
I actually think we're going to get more of that for sure, like trailers.
Yeah, probably say something like at 8 months, 20 days, 3 hours. Like at a certain time stamp, it'll have like a trailer come out and then never show it again.
Mm.
Of course, someone's going to probably be on it, clip it, and show it to the rest of the internet.
Yeah. So we'll take this down for now. I don't think we're going to see anything today. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because I thought it was really interesting. We do have a super chat already, getting the ball rolling. So we're 1 out of 10. By the way, no bonus games or anything tonight because I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about, and I'm sure it's going to take up the entire stream. So no bonus games tonight. We'll do 2 of them on Thursday, barring any big announcements, which I don't know if we're going to see anything like that. Naruto with a $5 super chat says, did you see the Russo brothers said what you've seen in the past few weeks aren't teasers or trailers? They're clues. Pay attention. It's funny you mentioned that because I actually have some theories and stuff that I pulled up. Let's see here. Let me find the tab. I have a million tabs open. Where's it at? Okay, here it goes. So here is the actual tab, and thank you for the $5 super chat, Naruto. I appreciate it. Yeah, so the Russo brothers confirmed here. This is through Discussing Films, so it's not a rumor. It's real. What you've been watching for the last 4 weeks are not teasers or trailers. They're stories. They're clues. Pay attention. Before I pull up some of the theories and stuff, you guys have any thoughts on that? Anything? Nothing?
Hey, say it again.
Any theories on what they're talking about when they're saying this? Like, do you anything pop in your mind? It says they're stories. They are clues. Pay attention. Well, first of all, have you guys seen all of the teasers yet, or whatever they are?
I haven't seen the fourth one yet. That one hasn't been released online yet, has it?
It has. Let's watch that one. We'll watch that one together.
Yeah, I just saw that a couple minutes ago, actually.
All right, we'll watch this together. So this is the Fantastic Four Black Panther Namor teaser, and we got some pictures to look at in regards to this as well. So we'll move into that next. But here we go. Here is the teaser.
I've lost everyone that matters to me. The king has his duties to prepare our people for the afterlife. I have mine.
King M'Baku of Wakanda.
Ben, Yancey Street between Broome and Grand.
All right, there we go. Thoughts?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, when it said that these are stories, I think they're basically just setting up for, well, like setting up for the next movie, but also not just trailers. They're telling a bit more than what a trailer would tell you. Trailers kind of like just to show the cool parts, just to get you interested. I think with these, they're showing you what's actually going on. And also another thing I just noticed, what do you call them? The Namor's people. I forgot the
Atlanteans.
Yeah,
They gave a different name in the movie, right? Didn't they change the name of it? I don't remember what it was, but
they're like I want to say Techno-Chan or something like that. It was like some Mexican.
I think it's Toakons, right? Isn't it?
Oh yeah, Tolekon, something like that.
Yeah.
I noticed that, in Black Panther 2, when they were out of the water and when they still had the things on, their skin turned blue. Which name's skin wasn't blue?
Right.
It was normal. And she's out of the water.
And also look at Shuri's armor. It looks like they're sharing some
different.
sort of technology together. Like there's gold, there's blue in the gold now, and it looks like the shape,
turquoise.
Yeah, the shapes look a little bit more like the shapes we saw with
Yeah, they're probably sharing technology.
Yeah. It says Ethan says these aren't edited like trailers. Right. Right. Look, M'Baku as
like
king
little...
is interesting. Yeah, when I saw him walk up, I was like, "Holy shit!" Okay.
Yeah, because especially at the end of Black Panther 2, he challenged the other tribes, but she didn't never wanted to be queen or ruler of Wakanda. Right. That was more her brother and her mom and her father's thing. She wanted to stay in the lab. So, of course, M'Baku helped him out and everything, which just totally different from the comics because M'Baku's a villain in their comics. But anyway, I do like the change though. What else?
I wonder. Do you think they changed M'Baku's story because of the fan reception? Because he became pretty well loved after his appearance.
Such a great character. But also how Ted 225 just said, how would this movie not be 4 hours long? I think these trailers are going to kind of, these little story snippets are kind of stuff that nobody would be in the movie. They're separating out and showing us now.
Right. I want to show some pictures because there's been a lot of circulation about this trailer, and there's a lot of open space in the trailer on a lot of the shots. And we have it here. I saw someone say that maybe the background won't actually be like they did in the movie. It'll be all red with another Earth in the sky about to collide, like the Incursions in the comics, right? So you see here, it is. If you look, it's very noticeably empty in some of these shots. And in the comics, the shots are filled with other planets because incursions are happening. So the background is these, it's these large planets coming in to collide with each other. So a lot of people believe that particular quote unquote teaser, trailer, whatever you want to call it, that there's supposed to be something in the background sky. What do you think?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine on that one.
I think it would be really cool if you see all these other Earths colliding with each other. I think that would be pretty neat. Joe, are you familiar with any of the comic book stories around this particular movie or characters?
I mean, Secret Wars or
The 2015 Secret Wars, yeah.
yeah. I know the original Secret Wars.
Okay.
I didn't even know there was a 2015 Secret Wars until recently.
Well, that's the one that merges the Ultimate Universe with the Marvel 616. And it's how we end up seeing Miles Morales and Peter Parker existing together, is because they both are now on the same timeline, same Earth. And that happened in the 2015 event. Darren, welcome. Here's
Hello.
the thing.
Hey.
We just watched the teaser for the final teaser for Doomsday. So you've already seen it. But we watched that. We talked about the countdown timer on the Doomsday clock. How do you feel about that promotion? Are you think it's good or bad? What are you thinking?
Hot take. I think it's incredible.
I
think it's great.
I've
I've seen so many people be like, "This is the stupidest thing they've ever done." I'm like, "Is it?" Because we're talking about it. Like we're
Right.
having that's marketing that basically free. It's basically free marketing, and we're talking about it. And
it's just a clock. It's just a clock. That's all it is.
and people are watching it.
Right.
People are watching it because they think it's going to be like a Chairs thing. They think if I watch long enough, they're going to show me something I didn't know before.
Uh-huh. And they might.
I think it's great. It's
They
good.
might.
I think
So-
it's great. I think it's cool.
I like this better than the teaser marketing. I like this one because people are all in the chat together. There's no gatekeeping. Everyone can tune in and watch. If they drop something, you can rewind the live stream to get to it. I feel like there's a lot that you can do with that. And it's going to be live for 11 months. So kind of interesting. And we had moved on here to the Incursion stuff because we were looking at the shots from the trailer. And it looks like somebody had pieced together, you know what I mean, looking at these shots and how vacant the background is. There's also a shot with Ben where he's off frame, like he's not in the center of the frame, and you see like a big open space behind him. It looks to be like they're saving that room for these other Earths like in the sky for the Incursions. I don't know if it'll have the red effect. They might not go with that. They might do a different color from the comics. But we also talked about Shuri's costume with the blue in it that looks like now she's blending Wakandan technology with maybe some of Namor's technology, because that would be kind of neat. Now, Darren, are you familiar with this story from the comics or no?
Just secondhandly, like I know like general things about it. I do know it's kind of your like combining story, right? It's like it's their way of like bringing all these characters together, which is kind of what I've just referenced over the years. How I think the Secret Wars event is going to end with the like, oh, it's it's our Avengers with a new X-Men with our Fantastic Four, and they all kind of merge together.
So in the comics, it's primarily the Ultimates universe and the main continuity.
Okay.
In this one, I think we might be seeing multiple planets, because by the time we get to that point in the comics, there's been other destroyed worlds. And I think that's what we're going to be experiencing is all of these worlds getting destroyed. And we're going to get down to maybe 2 or 3 worlds that we're seeing at the end before we get into Secret Wars. So,
yeah, I think I'll be interesting how they treat the multiverse going forward, though, as well, because it's like you do kind of have to keep the Marvel multiverse alive. Like we still got the Spider-Verse, we still got like Friendly Neighborhood, we still have like X-Men 97. Like we have all these shows and Elseworld projects that they're going to continue to make. So,
is this where they kind of fuck up their continuity? Because it's supposed to be a consolidation, but you're right, it can't be, because we have projects that just won't be rolled into the main continuity.
I think they're literally going to do a crisis, like a 1-for-1 crisis, exactly what they did, where it's like it all gets destroyed, things get merged together, but they will also recreate everything else. So, like, they're not going to have it be like, oh, Toby's Spider-Man no longer exists. They'll be like, what the hell? I love that character for 20 years. You know, so he's going to go back to his Earth. Andrew's going to back to their. X-Men will go back to, you know. So, but I do think it's going to be exactly like Crisis. And just the way where it's like, we're merging everything we need together, but also they can live over there. And then we can tap back in if we want to someday. Like, if they want to do an Andrew Spider-Man 3, they could if they absolutely needed to.
So I saw this being shared around, and it's a comment on everyone's favorite place, Facebook, but it's been shared to Reddit and stuff. I do want to read this theory because they were saying when Naruto super chatted, talking about the Russo brothers speaking about how these little teasers are really part of a larger, situation. They're not just for advertising. Oh, we had Jake pop in.
Hey there, guys. I'm having to join on my phone right now because for some reason now StreamYard's screwing me over to where I can't fucking get it on my computer.
Yeah, that was happening to me last night. That's why I had to cancel the stream.
If it works halfway through, then I'll switch over.
Okay. Well, welcome. We're just talking about the theories and stuff behind the Marvel, the Doomsday Clock and all the teasers, pretty much.
Yeah, that particular thing, why they started up a live stream, that's still kind of puzzling.
Yeah. Let me see. I got so many tabs. Hold on. Where's it at? Oh, here it goes. All right, so this was posted. I want to read this out because I do think some of this could be true, but I also think this is something that someone just kind of, headcanoned. There's a secret timestamp hidden in the time clock reveal of each trailer. Each timestamp is different and connects to a scene in the endgame where the time heist and an incursion was created because a stone was taken. For example, when Black Widow took the Soul Stone in Endgame, Gamora coming back to life created an incursion, etc. Every stone creates an incursion when taken. They also trigger each other like the first stone gets taken, i.e. when Cap takes the Mind Stone, it results in Loki taking the Tesseract instead of the Avengers and creates another incursion when Loki leaves with it. This causes the Avengers to go back further in time and take the Tesseract from 1980, which creates another incursion when they steal Pym's particles to get back. So it's pretty complex.
Well, their first
here.
statement's already wrong.
Yeah. Which one of them? Because there is some wrong stuff in here. But go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, Black Widow didn't take the Soul Stone.
Right. So, but the reason why I pulled this up isn't because of that. It's because I think the concept that there could be some sort of connection to the Infinity Stones and how they function in the larger, greater Marvel universe. We could tie that together. It could also have something to do with Loki and what happened on the Loki series with the
maybe
TVA. I don't think we totally know for sure, but do you guys have any theories on these timestamps and where they line up in the movies? Like, what are you thinking about that?
I don't know. Maybe people are thinking way too much into it. I don't think it's...
You're kidding me. People thinking too much?
Yeah. I guess because WandaVision kind of, and also Multiverse of Madness kind of got me out of that because everybody was fan theorying on everything, and we all were completely and totally wrong. So now I'm just like, you know what? It happens when it happens. We'll see it when it comes out.
Yeah, just wait and see.
Anybody else have any theories? We do have another bit of Marvel news, but we're going to move on from that unless people have some theories they want to drop. Nothing?
No.
All right.
Are you talking about the stuff Claremont said, or the stuff people are getting asked mad about?
Oh, I haven't got to that yet at all. We haven't talked about that at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know if this is a hot take. I think this was my favorite teaser we've got so far. Out of the four. And
today?
Yes, today. And not necessarily the characters itself, because obviously like X-Men is like the coolest one, because it's like, okay, yes, we're getting like Cyclops for the first time.
Yeah,
Thor was probably like, yeah, and like Thor was probably like the best put together teaser, but this was like the one that I think got me the most like overall like excited, because this is just kind of the stuff I'm most excited for in the movie, is seeing these characters, but this one is so comic booky. Wait, what?
I think they're agreeing with you that this one was so comic booky. Yeah.
But yeah, but like this is what I've been wanting from Avengers 5. I'm so excited to be like, hey, these two projects that aren't connected, what if the characters met and interacted? Like that's what Avengers is to me. That's why we fell in love with like Infinity War, because it's like, hey, it's Thor meeting Rocket Raccoon, it's Iron Man meeting Star-Lord, it's Doctor Strange meeting Spider-Man. And so like Black Panther and The Thing is such a weird, like, holy shit, like, I can't believe we got to do this, and it feels like such a reward to the 5 years that we've been building up to this giant event.
The only thing, I guess, play devil's advocate to that a little bit is that it, to a degree, it doesn't really feel like there has been a, I guess, for lack of a better word, serviceable amount of build-up for it to feel as satisfying as they want.
Sure, no, it's definitely all the things kind of doing what they will on the side. But again, like, this is just a closer version to what I want than, like, like, I think this is better than, like, X-Men. As excited as I am for the X-Men, we don't know those characters. Those are brand new characters we've never met before. So, but, like, Shuri and at least, and Baku are two characters we've been following since Phase 3 now, and in these Fantastic Four, we got a whole movie out of them, and again, like, I bet there's going to be a lot more of this. I know this is not the only one to do this, but this was our first sign of, like, oh my gosh, it's crossover.
Well, people were calling him King Thick in the comments. I saw that.
Oh
like,
my God.
I mean,
And Baku or the Thing?
No, King. They called him Baku King Thick. They were like, hottest king ever and all this other shit. It was really funny.
hey, well, Winston Duke's a good-looking guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I said earlier, that I don't think they want to make him a villain because everybody really loves that character, whether you
he's so funny,
think he's King Thick or you just like him because he's cool as fuck. It's like,
Now, granted, like, and I was saying this since the first Black Panther. I was wondering if they were going to actually have him be, the man ape, not necessarily in the villain role, but just if we were ever going to see him don that armor. I've accepted that's probably not going to happen. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, did they not did they not hint to that name in the first Black Panther, where they called him either like the man ape or the white gorilla or something like that? Did they not say that name?
I think they may have said white gorilla. That sounds familiar, but I think the only real connection you had with this comic character was just the whole gorilla motif. I think
Gotcha.
that was about it.
And by the way, my StreamYard's working out up here, so I'm going to join up here.
okay. I'll drop him out. Wait, hold on. There he is. He went on his own. Okay. And he's back. Now, I will say, your mic's not working, Jake. I will say that people confirm that, Jake, it is your microphone that's making that weird noise.
What?
Whatever that squeaky noise is that people are hearing.
You just said my mic isn't working, but you heard me say that.
I didn't say you said that. I said people were telling me that it was your microphone that was doing that in the previous stream.
Yeah, no, but you just said my mic's not working.
It wasn't originally, but it is now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
So what were they saying? Like, what weird sound?
Well, I just noticed that when your mic turned on, that you can hear it. It's like does everybody hear it? It sounds like a little frog or something.
Okay, this?
No, I don't hear that.
Okay, I was about to say.
Am I losing my mind? I hear a little noise. Like,
I was hearing it too. I don't know from whose mic it was coming.
I don't know what it is, but it's not your chair.
Okay, now I'm gonna mute it.
Yeah, it went away.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is though. I can't tell you. Wait, it's his mic rubbing up against his face at times. Is it?
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
My mic's not touching my face.
I don't know what it is then. It's a weird. Can't describe the noise. It just sounds like a little frog.
And
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't hear it on playback on other streams I'm on.
Yeah. I don't know. Superior Nav has pointed it out, and then a couple people messaged me, and they were like, "Oh, I heard you complaining. I think it might be Jake's mic," and I just noticed it now when your mic came on. Like, so there it goes. I don't know what it is though. Like, I can't diagnose it. I know it's coming from your mic, which is weird. It's really weird. Anyway. Oh, there it was. I just heard it again.
Well, that time I
Probably
touched
your cord. Probably a cord rub it up against something. Who knows?
Is it the cord? I don't know. Microphones are weird. Anyway, I have confirmed that it is yours, but I don't know what it is, so I can't really help you with it because I'm not sure what's happening.
Guess
Okay.
what? Show's got to go on.
Okay. Anyway, so it's like a ball bouncing around a cup, like a slate floor. Everybody's saying what they think it is.
I think
It's
some
kind
of
of
y'all
like
need to
a
get-
ball bouncing around in a cup or a
I think
slight
some of y'all
floor
need to
creep.
get your ears checked.
So look. See, everybody hears it. Everybody. Is it not coming through your headphones?
No, I don't hear it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like when the mic moves and the cord headset is a bad choice. I don't know. Jumanji, like everybody's hearing different things. Now I'm wondering if they're just saying stuff.
I'm pretty sure they're just saying stuff.
Now I'm hearing it too. It's just I've heard it from so many other people's microphones. It's just background noise to me. I don't.
Yeah, it's not constant. Yeah, it's not constant. That's it. But Chris says all I'm hearing is the sultry sounds of y'all's voices. So there's that.
Omega, I think someone wants your OnlyFans, Omega.
Oh, look at his DeviantArt.
Not wrong.
All right.
Go ahead.
We got a $5 super chat. I've seen people speculating that these clips we've been seeing won't be in the actual. I don't think they will either. See, that's the thing. I think these clips we're getting, and we're going to get more of them over the 11 months, are going to be things building. Remember how we talked about we don't know how these characters are getting to where they're going, right? I think the next 11 months they're going to use the YouTube channel to give us bits of that, like little breadcrumbs leading up to Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the Russos even made a thing today where they said, like, these are clues, they're story crumbs. So, like, how much of this are we actually going to see? Are they going to take what they did in Infinity War and go the full 100 miles with it, where instead of just some shots that aren't in the movie, it's like none of these shots are part of the movie.
I think we will. I think they're going to use it, and they would be really smart to do that. Honestly, they would be really smart to use it that way. So,
because that would, go against people's notion that they think they've seen everything going in.
all right,
I got something here that's freaking hilarious. Somebody on Twitter is like, I genuinely hate the Russo brothers, and the picture is Namor, and one from Wakanda Forever, and the others below for Doomsday. And then Mighty Keith, shout out to Mighty Keith, he's hilarious. He says, motherfuckers will complain about anything on this app.
Yeah,
they will.
Yeah. I've gotten, look, there was I saw someone post that Twitter now has like 70% bot activity.
It's nothing nefarious or anything, but yeah, this is the tweet right here. And
what's the complaint? What's the complaint?
Yeah, it's just one from one movie and then a redesign for a whole new movie. He actually was comment accurate here. What the hell?
People were complaining that he didn't have the piercings in this one. I'm like, get over yourselves.
And but look, he's got the green and yellow, which is part of his comic book costume. So
he's wearing his jacket. I didn't even like this character, and I'm sticking up for him. Come on, guys.
I'm gonna send you a tweet here really quickly, Eric, and I want to give people not necessarily the thoughts that are in it, but this template of question that's within this tweet that I think will make a fun conversation. By the way, I'm under the weather. I think I'm losing my voice a little bit.
Okay.
So if I sound different,
well, I'm sorry you're under the weather. Also, there's no we're not doing a game tonight, so there's no like Q&A or anything.
Oh, sorry, Omega, you don't get to tear into the X-Men movies.
Yeah, I was going to do it.
I did that enough on them.
All this news dropped today, and it's just so much to talk about.
Yeah, I did that enough on Party Nation, so I'm all complaining about.
There's still a lot more of it left.
Oh yeah.
So this is MCU movies we should have gotten before Avengers Doomsday.
So I saw this, and I thought it would be interesting to ask, ask the class, what are 4 movies that you think we should have got before Doomsday?
I mean, I agree. I agree with all of these. First of all,
one on the bottom right corner.
Yeah, I actually agree with this. But no, here's the movies I want before for Avengers Doomsday.
Okay.
X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men 3, X-Men 4. Those are the movies I want. Away from that Fox bullshit.
Yeah, I think we should have got another movie with Sam as Captain America.
I would.
Yeah.
Yes,
That'd be
I
nice.
said that in mine too. I was like, either Captain America 5 or just a good Captain America 4.
We should have gotten another Avengers movie
Falcon and
before
the Winter
before
Soldier
Avengers
should have
Doomsday.
been Captain
Yeah.
America 4.
I do think Shang-Chi should have come out by now. But I do think his next project being Avengers makes sense after where we left him in this movie. Like, it feels like the next steps should have been Avengers, but that was supposed to be like what Kang Dynasty back in 2023. So that made more sense.
Yeah.
Black Panther 3 is interesting because I do think a lot of what Black Panther 3 is going to be will depend on how Secret Wars ends. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of changes to Wakanda and those characters, which seemingly based on this trailer today, like it seems like Wakanda is going to be a very big part of that story. But I think my choices were like Doctor Strange 3 just makes sense, right, as it is. I said Thor 5, which I think gives them a bit more opportunities to kind of weave, because I kind of think this should be Thor's it. Like this kind of feels like it kind of should be Thor's like final outing. But I want Thor 5 first. Like, I want that final movie for him first. Captain America, and then I said Armored Wars because I think now there's no way we're getting that project. Like I said for years, if Armored Wars didn't come out before Avengers 5, it's never coming out. They're never doing that project now. So,
I mean, honestly, give Thor like a Logan tone spin-off movie. Or not spin-off, sorry, send-off movie.
Before we chat anymore, I want to say welcome Bob down at the bottom.
Hey.
Organized Chaos Bob has joined us. All right, somebody else have something they want to say?
I don't agree that we're not going to get the Iron War or Armor Wars movie. I think that's still coming.
Yeah, I mean, I know Kevin Feige seemed really confident about it. He seemed really happy with it, so it'd be strange if it just...
I don't think
I mean, I haven't heard too much about it, but I think it'd be
really-
weird if it just didn't happen.
Because I think Iron Man's coming back.
He seemed really confident about Blade too, and
yeah, but like, you know, it seemed like they had a script ready for Armor Wars. They didn't get that far with Blade. They didn't.
Like, I think the whole point of like Armored Wars is like people are like mourning over Tony. People are mourning over that loss. And not to say you still couldn't do a Rhodey-led project. You could still technically do that in the future, but I think you would have to change the plot. I think you would have to change the main narratives of the characters. And I also think we're going to have a Tony back at the end of Secret Wars.
you would have to ignore Secret Invasion too.
Yeah, I mean, I think Secret Invasion would tie in very well. Like, I love the story of like him like grieving over time and like grieving over the loss the like time he lost and so like I think that's fascinating stuff. But again,
what's Secret Invasion? I've not heard of this before.
I just don't think that works as well if you had just have like Robert Downey Jr. as Doom just walking around being like, "It's me, I'm back," you know. So I don't know. That's just me though.
I'll say, like, out of all these teasers we've gotten, you know, I like this one a lot too. I mean, obviously, you know, the X-Men one did a number of things for me, but the Thor one, it just gave me so much more confidence for that character that I haven't had in a while, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing it.
True.
I'm just writing out some notes here on what I would have liked to have seen, and I was thinking about it because we're talking about what movies we should have gotten before Avengers Doomsday. I think a second Fantastic Four movie that establishes Doom probably would have been good. Like an actual proper movie where we meet Doom and we get to see the relationship between him and Reed. Because I want to defend Doom as a character, but, and this is not me gatekeeping, I want people to understand that. A part of me does agree that I think Doom and Reed should have been more well established before going into Doomsday. I feel like that should have been that should have been done.
Especially if Doom is going to end up looking different.
Well, I mean, let's be real. I mean, they can pretend all they want. It was obviously set up to be Kang and probably meant to progress into Doom later, and then they had to jumpstart because of Jonathan Majors.
I really think that was a huge mistake. I think they should have stuck with the plan and just recast Kang, get a new actor as Kang.
Which, concerning the multiverse, that was 100% an option.
Yeah, and traditionally speaking, obviously not. It's not that it never works, But traditionally speaking, when you change your plans midstream, it doesn't end well. I always go back to the comic book miniseries Armageddon 2001, where the final chapter was supposed to reveal that Captain Atom was the villain, and it leaked to the internet, and they real quick switched it, and it became Hawk from Hawk and Dove. Didn't work. Rise of Skywalker, that wasn't supposed to be the finale of the sequel trilogy. They switched it. Anytime you switch midstream, it doesn't usually end well.
Which, like, even kind of like looking at the, like, no one's talking about Jonathan Majors anymore. Like, no, like, that's not really a conversation. It's not, which, you know, maybe that is because we literally changed courses and we're not talking about Kang anymore. But
I mean,
well, they didn't really have an option there. Like, when everything happened, I mean, like, that was just the latest thing in a series of just shit after shit that they got dealt.
Yeah. I want to point out that the not paying attention to Kang at all is crazy.
I mean, like,
yeah,
I think it's crazy.
I feel like Loki wrapped up that in a way to where you don't really need to revisit it. So.
I think that there's an issue with Quantumania. Quantumania left a big hole in that because we know there's a bunch of other Kangs. So unless we are told that Kang is gone, like gone, like he's been erased from all timelines, then I think it's a big plot hole, right?
Yeah, I mean, they do need to explain maybe Doctor Doom's going out and eliminating all the Kangs or something, but they need to explain something with that. I mean,
I would like a line from Ant-Man, either from Loki or someone else, where it's like, you know, like maybe Loki comes down and is like, there's a threat coming. And like, or Scott's like, it's Doom, isn't it? He's back. It's like, what? No, it's Doctor Doom, you know, so it's like something like that.
Let me just read off what I typed out quickly over here of stuff that I think they should have been doing. Because I said the second Fantastic Four movie. This is probably going to trigger people because I did love the Marvels, but I feel like we should have got a proper Captain Marvel 2 where we get to see Carol being a space cop and actually doing things on her own without having to deal with other characters from the TV properties. I just think that's important. Maybe not a Captain Marvel 2, maybe a Captain Marvel 3, like something that like lets her do her own thing. Because I feel like she gets beat up a lot by people online, and Marvel doesn't show her enough love.
True.
Like Marvel doesn't do anything. Like you have a character, arguably the most physically powerful character other than Sentry, and you don't do anything with her. Am I crazy? Like this could be well, I could be crazy, but am I crazy about this? I don't know. I feel like Captain Marvel there's so much potential for that character to be so much bigger than she is, and you're not doing anything with her.
Well, I mean, I was about ready to say actually the most powerful character is from Secret Invasion, which doesn't exist, but yeah.
But then on the flip side of that, you have Captain America. Sam is Captain America. Yeah. And you took forever to give him a movie.
Yes.
And you never gave him a proper Avengers movie, which I feel like
it's one of these ones right here. A proper Avengers movie is something we should have seen before.
Yes, that was my next thing. Was I felt like we should have another Avengers movie in there somewhere.
Yeah. So like right now it feels like they're doing Doomsday and Secret War, and they're doing it like Infinity War and Endgame. But the problem is we didn't get Avengers 1 and Age of Ultron in between. We didn't get to see these characters working together or building together. Didn't see any team building. They're just going to be thrown together. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but I am saying it doesn't feel as nearly as cohesive. It just feels like we have all these little one-shot movies throughout all these phases and all these like little like storyline, little story threads drop throughout. And like, are they going to bring it all together? Seems highly unlikely. If they do, fucking kudos. But
well, for most of it, they actually planned out where they were going to have other characters pop up in like A, B, and C future spots. This time, they just haven't done that.
Yep.
I want to agree with or talk about what Big Field he says. There's not agree with it as a question, but he says they can't be scared of how Chuds and Twitter will react. I think they actually do themselves a disservice because they could push back by just making the content, like just make it. Like you're sitting here, you have people that are complaining about Captain Marvel, right? You're complaining about it, And all you're doing is allowing them to take up that space by not making media with Captain Marvel in it. And the same thing with Captain America. And that moves me to my next thing. A proper Avengers movie, because Thunderbolts, they fucked that movie up. It's a great fucking movie, right?
Yes.
And they fucked that movie up because they could have just left it as Thunderbolts, but instead they spoil the ending of that movie over opening weekend with the New Avengers rebranding when they could have just called it New Avengers. That's another issue I have. Like, what the fuck are we doing with that? And then my other one over here in the notes is Shang-Chi 2, obviously, Doctor Strange 3, everything on that picture. Black Panther 3, Young Avengers movie or TV show would have been great.
I felt like they were setting up Young Avengers with all the characters they're introducing, and by the time they get to them at this point, they won't be young.
Well, I found this post on Twitter. It says unresolved post-credit scenes in the MCU. And this sort of plays into the fact that there's still things that they could have done between now and Doomsday. Now, I want to point out that there was a writers, directors, fucking everything strike that happened that pushed a lot of stuff back.
Yeah.
So that's a problem, right? But these are things that just have not been addressed at all as of right now, which is the Too Many Sorcerers Doctor Strange end credit scene.
Yeah.
We still have not gone back to that.
With Mordo, yeah.
Yeah, we still haven't gone back to that.
We haven't seen that Mordo since that movie.
We have not, right?
Yeah.
Sharon Carter revealed as the power broker. Yep.
I was expecting a resolution to that in Brave New World.
That twist was also very predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zhao Ling is the new leader of the Ten Rings and the Beacon. Now, there was supposed to be a show based on that.
I
but
will
that
give
never
them,
happened.
like, I don't need, like, they can sit on that one for a minute. I'm okay with them sitting on it.
Okay.
I'm not saying don't follow it up. I'm saying,
Right.
we can let that grow a little bit.
The Blade movie, which, by the way, I did have that in my notes. Apparently, that's dead now. Like, they're just they're not working on it. Color me surprised that there's
we were talking about that on.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second.
You were talking about that on.
God, well, I'm disappointed with the performance of Eternals because I overall enjoyed that movie and I'd love to see some sort of follow up to it. But yeah, it seems like it might be dead.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get them even acknowledged again until Captain America: Brave New World. So,
Right.
I at least like that they were tying in stuff from other films in the past, which worked for the universe. Didn't necessarily benefit the movie, though.
Yeah.
All right, so the other one here is Blade, Dane Whitman and the Ebony Blade and Starflax's introduction to Eternals. Yeah, you were talking about the Eternals, Bob, there. Also, we could have gotten another Eternals movie. I'd be okay with that. I enjoyed those characters.
I'd be down,
love to see them come back. Part of the symbiote left by Tom Hardy's Venom on Earth 616. Go ahead, Jake. Say what you got to say about it.
I think Brand New Day is going to pay this off. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we got Spider-Man 4 coming, so
Because, who's the villain in that movie? Matt Gargan. Who becomes the third Venom in the comics? Matt Gargan. It's like it's writing itself. Come on.
All right. Let's see. All right. Jake Lockley reveal on Moon Knight series. Clea and Doctor Strange enter the Dark Dimension, and Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. This is annoying to me because this and the Too Many the Too Many Sorcerers line.
Yeah,
probably are going to be drop storylines because once the Incursions end, these things are just going to go away.
I don't think the Dark Dimension one is going to go away. Like, I think they're going to deal with that in between the two Avengers movies. Like, I think Doctor Strange. So? I think it's going to happen before Secret Wars.
Okay,
because that's too big of a thing to not drop.
I am ready for this next one because I know a certain person on the panel has big feelings about this. Hercules' introduction in Thor: Love and Thunder has not been followed up on. Joe, that is one of your favorite. You love Thor: Love and Thunder, and I know you enjoy.
I'm wearing my Thor: Love and Thunder T-shirt. Right
what are your thoughts on them not following up with Hercules yet? Are you hoping to see him again?
I'm hoping to see him again. I love the casting. I'm a huge Ted Lasso fan, so was very happy with the casting. Bring it on! Let's do this.
The Council of Kangs from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I feel like they need to address that in Doomsday. I know.
Darren, you said you don't want him to address it?
I don't know. I think Loki did like a fine enough job. There could be maybe a line of dialogues where it's like, oh yeah, I faced those gangs. fans are like, oh yes, I've run into him before, or something like that, where it's like, oh, okay, they addressed it or whatever. But also, I also don't hate the idea of like coming back around to Kang at some point. Like, not now, obviously, it's too hot of a subject, but in like 15 years, they're like, hey, does anyone care anymore about Jonathan Majors? Okay, let's try it again. Let's get let's get Finn Wolfhard in here to play Kang the Conqueror. I don't just some random ass name. But
I mean, I get your point, because done properly, he could be his own saga big bad. Now, granted, I think after these next two Avengers movies, I actually wouldn't mind if they kind of moved away from sagas. Personally,
I agree.
I would be fine if they just kind of ditched that, because like I feel like you can tell more of these stories if they're a little more self-contained, but you can still have them all connect together, like they did in comics. Because like you take a run of comics that went on for 10 years, they were all in the same span of the world, but they weren't all connected to each other with things moving forward. So
they need to go, like, they found the perfect formula phase 1 and they never went back to it. I thought it was such a smart way they did that, to be like Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain America, they all come together. I think we need to go back to phase concluders than like a 10-year plan. Like give me a 3 to 5 year plan instead. I think that works so much better. Have your Doctor Strange 3, your Black Panther 3, your Hercules spin-off, your have like maybe 8 to 9 projects, and have all of those kind of combine after 3 years of build up into a big Avengers movie or an X-Men crossover or something like that.
Here we go. Remember her?
Before, god damn it. Before we get too far, I do want to mention the last one where they said a drop storyline is the new Guardians.
Yeah.
I don't feel that's quite fair, because that could be read two ways. You could, I would love to see that Guardians rooster in its own movie, but it could also be viewed as just a way of saying the Guardians will go on, even if we don't see it.
Also, I feel like that's still relatively new. That's a new thing they could still capitalize on, right?
Yeah.
So
I think the new Guardians roster is also a really good way to bring some conclusion to Eternals, because they've already told us they're not going to do another Eternals. But what if you took 1 or 2 of those characters and had them join the new Guardians? You could do that. You can drop like Kumail Nanjiani into the Guardians or something, and then use that to kind of follow up on some of those plot points.
I swear that story about his casting and his contract pops up every day from Screen Rant. If I see that story one more time, I'm going to throw something across the room.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's like
they have a word quota to meet, so they got to just
So Screen Rant for me has been reposting the same stories over and over for the last 2 months, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, because I mean, slow news, so they have a word quota that they got to meet, so they just will throw shit out on repeat.
Let's reword a story we did last week.
And then let's make up a false rumor that contradicts something that we just threw together within the span of a day. Also, sure, Bob.
Yeah.
Can I throw another thing out there that's got me concerned?
Yeah.
You were talking about how you would have liked to have seen another Carol Captain Marvel movie. Obviously, Brie Larson's name wasn't on a chair when we saw the chairs. My fear, maybe this is totally unfounded, but my fear is that the Chuds may have chased her away, because we did see her in an interview, like when they asked her, like, will she be back, and she said, "Does anybody want me back?"
You mean she's chosen to
we've heard that with Tatiana Maslany too. We heard that they wanted She-Hulk back, and Tatiana Maslany does not want to do it anymore. My fear is that these guys are being so abused on the internet that why would they want to come back? Why would they want to put themselves through that?
Well, why would they do that without any support from Marvel? Because Marvel and Disney don't really do a lot for them. And
exactly.
Look, people have asked me about this before. I want to put this out there because, Joe, I somewhat understand where you're coming from. But I also want to point out that I don't expect Marvel to go around fighting with people. Like, I don't think that's a logical way to handle it. But what they could do is show support by putting these actors in more things, keeping
Yes.
them in the cycle, making more projects with them to show that they are supporting what they've done. By pulling back on that, they just sort of give more ammo to all of the hate channels that want to see these people disappear, right?
Yeah.
So
and
All of a
I
sudden,
guess-
these protected classes aren't so protected.
right.
I guess to I don't know if this even counts as defense. It's not just their projects they're dropping the ball, and they're dropping the ball on almost all the projects.
True,
Yeah.
true. Okay, so before we get too far into it, we're 4 out of 10 super chats on the Reloaded channel and 2 out of 5 on the Debunks channel. Here are the rewards for the Reloaded channel. We've got some options here. So if we hit the goal tonight, the bonus topic we'll be using in a future stream will be either ranking MCU powers. So we'll be giving our top 5 favorite MCU powers. And then we will have to decide which one is the strongest one. So we'll go through, and when I say powers, it's a very vague thing, so you just have to argue your position on that. Worst costumes from the DCAU, which is the DC animated universe.
AU?
AU.
Yeah.
Okay.
Worst costumes from that universe. And I'll even expand it to like 90s cartoons, so the Bruce Timm stuff. We can go as far as that if you would like to do that.
I mean, that's still part of it.
I agree, but some
Yeah,
people
yeah.
argue the AU is like the ones that were released as movies, but I would say all of it is the AU.
I mean,
So-
lots of times they'll connect. So yeah, I would say it all counts. Oh.
I mean, I think everything from BTAS through the end of Just League Unlimited should count.
The next one is delete 5 MCU projects and back your reason why. And I would even expand it to say just Marvel projects, not just MCU, anything Marvel that's come out. So that includes video games. So video games, movies, TV shows, any of those. Delete 5 of them, and you got to back your reason why. And the last one is 5 dream films or TV shows that you would like to see. So things that you would like for them to work towards. It could be stuff that's been announced that still hasn't come out, or things that they were done and they weren't done to your liking and you'd like to see them try again. Like a teaser for me would be Thundercats. I'd love to see a live action Thundercats movie. So so something along those lines, like a dream film that you would like to see. Those are the options right now. So
Okay. You got creative with the options tonight.
yeah, I wanted to do something a little different. So go vote on that. Let's do some super chats and then we're going to jump into, I think the next topic. We'll see where we get there.
I just saw this. What Avengers are on your shirt? I just saw it.
Oh, well, I'll show you. It's like a mashup of different covers.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. So there's a DC shirt that I saw like that, where it's like 4 characters mixed in one, where it's like Batman, Superman, Flash.
I have that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I think I got them from a convention at the same time. So
Nice.
Okay, so
It's the wrong Fantastic Four, but I still wanted to wear this shirt. So.
oh yeah, that's fine.
That's from the 05 movie, isn't it?
It's the Tim Story movie, yeah.
I have that same shirt. I don't fit in it anymore though.
Okay,
It must have shrunk. It
I
must
got
Did it shrink?
too fat.
Oh my!
Did you did you buy it when the movie was out, like in theaters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, we got some super chats here. Revis, $5 super chat. I know EVS invited you for the first fan convention. Please don't give Ethan no edibles now, big dog. We don't want Ethan high at the con. We know what happens. Well, we know what happens when EVS goes out and does things like that because there's video footage of that. So, what was that? Hold on. What was that?
I know exactly what that was.
It's a friend of ours. It was a bit. I just
Okay. I was like, what was that picture?
Oh my god!
Thank you for the super chat, Revis. I appreciate it.
forgot.
$2 super chat from Space and Goats, just here to help the goal. Thank you so much. I'm not sure which channel that was in. Let me look and see which
Hey,
one
Omega,
that was.
what's your line?
So, okay. That is the Debunks channel. Thank you. We're 2 out of 5 over there, but thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it.
Hey, I actually see a chat now in Streamyard, so I assume they fixed it.
They fixed it today. Yeah. I actually it got fixed kind of late because I noticed earlier when I was doing a video there were some issues in the editor. So Lone Wolf of the $2 super chat. I just DM'd you about the Blade misunderstanding. Let's look and see what you got over here. Let me misunderstanding. Did you guys talk? You said you talked about this a little bit on Party Nation.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's see. All right, so this is coming from Lone Wolf. The recent Blade canceled rumor running around. It's not been announced canceled. It's been misquoted by Jeff Snyder. Oh, it's the N. Snyder.
Oh, that fucking rat.
No.
Never said it was canceled. You just heard a rumor that it might have been, and articles are taking it out of context and saying he was. Well, to be fair, in the Midnight Sun stuff, I've heard those rumors too. Thank you, Lone Wolf. To be fair, though, like they're not giving us a lot of reason to believe they're still working on it because there's been no movement in the project. So you could say anything, and it's pretty much, going to get pushed around.
Like I think I've talked about this so many times at this point, but like I don't see why it would make any sense to work on it right now. Like right now, they are so prioritized on just this Avengers movie mainly. Getting this Avengers movie out, wrapping up this multiverse saga that's been going on for so long now, and once that is done, they can finally sit back and be like, okay. Like it seems like the only thing they are actively working on right now, and at least in big swings for post that, is X-Men. X-Men seems like the only project I would argue. Arguably Black Panther 3, arguably, but like but like I think it's so valid just to be like, we're just gonna wait a minute, like let us just get this out, and then we can give our full attention to Blade, because I'm hearing so many people being like, it's just a vampire movie, just throw it together. You don't want Marvel just to throw something together. We've seen what it is when Marvel just throws something together. It's not just some vampire movie. This is arguably the cornerstone of comic book movies. This is because of Blade. We got Spider-Man, X-Men, Avengers, Hulk. It set the standard for so many of what we got.
Yeah, it proved that a comic movie could work with somebody other than Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
Did you see Bo DeMeo comment on this? He was mad because someone gave Tobey Maguire Spider-Man the credit for the movie that kicked all of it off. And he was saying Blade.
You, Bo DeMaio.
But he was saying Blade is technically the one that kicked it off, and I actually agree with him. I think Blade was the one that kicked it off.
Yeah. I mean, an argument can be made for Men in Black.
Did Blade show that the concept could work? Yes, but keep in mind, C-list character, niche movie. It was a hit, but it didn't have a monumental impact. 2 years later, X-Men. More known IP, they had a bigger budget, they had multiple cartoons beforehand, more people knew who they were, and they made a bigger hit. Spider-Man was the first mega hit for comic book movies that ushered in so many more that came after that. Some were hits, some were not, but it started a whole big thing.
And what Spider-Man did different from the other ones is that X-Men did the whole black leather thing, because it was kind of a shame to be a comic book movie, but it was openly people knew what it was. Spider-Man was the first one that was openly a comic book movie and not ashamed of it.
Exactly.
So essentially, an argument can be made it went in steps and when.
I still maintain that Blade would work better in this current MCU as a TV series. I think they could do a lot more with it on TV, and it wouldn't have to worry about crossing over with the other movies.
Yeah, they could do something on Spike TV, right?
And that was a hit. The Spike TV
it tried to be a series. It didn't work.
It did work though. It only got canceled due to the demographics.
I'd argue there's an argument that almost any MCU movie would be better as a show, in theory, with just more time to breathe, more time to shine, more time to, for the most part, maybe not maybe not Iron Man 2 or something, there are exceptions to that rules. But so many of my phase 4 and 5 problems are me being that needed more time. That needed more, room to breathe.
The ironic thing is that certain shows could have been retold and work better as movies.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, Falcon and Winter Soldier is a really good example.
Falcon and Winter Soldier is the big one. Hawkeye is another one. Those could have easily been movies.
I would say
I think Moon Knight could have been synced up nicely.
Oh yeah.
Movie.
Yeah. Much better than the movie.
That could have been a really psychological take on that character.
Yeah.
You got in something like the Ang Lee Hulk movie. You could have had another psychological spin there.
There's a specific Star Wars TV show that I think would have worked really nicely as a movie, and people did cut it into a movie on YouTube and uploaded it. There's a lot of them that feel that way. Yeah, I do believe that's true. I would argue, though, that I think Blade still, to me, is the best set the standard for a lot of stuff that came after it. Blade walked so the Matrix could run, and the Matrix ran so Spider-Man could swing.
So Blade and X-Men. So let me just put it this way: Blade and X-Men cut the path. Spider-Man swang right through it.
Right, but that's like the argument that we always have about like Smallville versus Arrowverse and all this other stuff. Like you have to show the studio that there's interest first, and I think and I wouldn't argue that it was the more successful, obviously, because it's Blade versus Spider-Man. But Blade did show that you could take these comic book properties and turn them into movies that really work for Marvel. Because Batman, you could argue Batman '89 set the path for a lot of these. You can go back and say that Christopher Reeve Superman started the path. Like you can follow this down like a rabbit hole of things.
So the MCU was started from 1937.
Yes.
I mean, it varies by decade and stuff. Yeah, and like when you look at Blade, like it's Marvel, but it's like Marvel with an asterisk almost. It's because of the way of the movie that it is. A lot of people just view that more of like not your traditional Marvel film, but it did create a big impact that led to future ones.
It was a Marvel movie. That being said, nobody knew it was a Marvel movie except for
right.
Nobody knew.
And that same thing happened. Like I remember when Iron Man was coming out. Like I had people that I was in classes with around that time, and they're like, "What's this Iron Man movie coming out?" Like that's a comic book character, right? And they're like, "No, I didn't know that." It's like
that's the thing. Lots of people forget. Iron Man was a B-lister until the movies.
I'd argue he was a C-lister.
I would argue that too. I would say he's probably Iron Man in the Avengers was B-list, but outside of the Avengers by himself was kind of a C-list character.
And I would say that like someone like Blade is a perfect example of why the argument that we always hear of, well, this character shouldn't get a movie because nobody knows who that character is.
True.
That's nonsense because all movies, it's in the marketing. Like you can make a movie about a character that is not a pre-existing character, that is not from a comic, that is not from a source material. And how do you get people? How did you get people interested in Sinners? There's no source material.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is the prime example.
Yeah, I was just about to mention
like
Guardians.
A-listers, pretty much. That's like
it's in your marketing. You have to get the people, whether they've heard of this character or not, and convince them this is somebody you want to learn about.
You know what's weird? There are people out there that I know. I'm going to be anecdotal right now. There are people out there that I know that love Guardians of the Galaxy and have never picked up a comic book in their life. They love that franchise as a separate like 3-movie franchise. They love it. They love those characters, and they don't even watch all of the other MCU stuff. They just love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's
going from 2 to 3.
It's rough. It's rough. It's a little rough.
Avengers.
But the thing, the point I'm trying to make is there are properties out there that don't require you to care about the comic books to get into them. Like I would argue that Iron Man, like you were saying, we could argue. So we'll say B/C list character, right? So you have Iron Man out there with Robert Downey Jr. casting, which was brilliant. That was a brilliant move on their part when they put that movie together, right? So you have Robert Downey Jr. bringing out Iron Man. Iron Man is a million times cooler in live action than he is on comic book pages. I don't care what anybody says. He is a much cooler character when he's in a 3-dimensional space. So you can see the suit, you can see the armor. All of that becomes much cooler when you take it from drawings into live action. That's just my opinion. And so by doing that, they made the character extremely cool for a lot of people. Kids wanted to be Iron Man.
Yeah.
So,
and the fact that the last solo Iron Man installment we got made over $1 billion.
And it was in 2013.
Yes.
Yeah.
2013 was the last time we had an Iron Man movie. Which based on what's happening, we might get Iron Man 4 in 2027 or 2028. I don't know. We got a $4.99 super chat from Staggervore. Thank you so much. Do you think there's future for Kang character despite Jonathan Majors' drama and possibly with a new actor? I don't think there's a future, unfortunately, because Kang is a really cool time traveling character, and I think they could do a lot with them because of all the different versions. But I think the problem is anything they do with Kang in the future is going to inevitably tie back to all the stuff with Jonathan Majors, and I just don't see Marvel wanting to do that. Will they address Kang? Could they do a line of dialogue or something to sort of address it? Yeah, absolutely. I don't see a recasting or a retooling of Kang as a character because I think we're moving into X-Men. I think we're moving into Fantastic Four. I think we're moving in a direction where we don't need Kang anymore. Kang was a character they were using because they had the Avengers and they really needed to create a character for the Avengers to face off against. They don't really need that anymore. We're moving into a space where they can just bring characters back again that we've already seen.
Not in this era.
Yeah. I mean, you might have, like, and this would be a weird combination, but they're the only two that have really met him. Like, there could be, very well be some sort of interaction between, you know, Loki and Scott Lang, where it's like, oh, you know, you've crossed paths with, like, the one who remains and whatnot. That might be like a line, and then boom, that's it, it's done. Or, you know, Loki might even tell Thor about it. Who knows? Like,
well, Xana says Kang is supposed to be a Fantastic Four bad guy. Yeah, I know, but I don't think there's any reality where they can make that make sense after Secret Wars. Is that do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how they can do that after Secret Wars unless they wait like a decade, like 10 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least not for a while.
Yeah. So, and then another 99-cent super chat from Staggervore contributing. Thank you so much. We're 6 out of 10 now, and over on the Debunks channel, you guys are 3 out of 5, and we've got the me master. Do you see the profile picture? Darren, I know you know what that is.
Is that Ed, and Eddie?
Yes. I just think it's funny. I never see anybody repping Ed, and Eddie. It's just funny.
I've never seen the show. I've only seen the commercials for the show.
Really?
Is it?
Yeah, it's a good show. It's pretty funny.
I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, 2025 has been a disaster in all caps. I love that. It's the way I do my titles of my videos. For FNT, even if Birdman didn't expose them, FNT is losing viewership. I hope Avengers 5 and 6 put the nail in the Chud coffin. I honestly don't even think it matters with Avengers and stuff like that. The issue is, like some people probably have no idea what we're talking about.
I was like, it was like Michael Keaton's movie Birdman.
Yeah, very quick. Birdman, another content creator here on YouTube that does great videos and essay style videos. You should watch Birdman. FNT, you should not watch. That's Friday Night Lights. It's a bunch of like soulless, uneducated bigots that just love to complain about stuff. But yeah, don't watch that. But I don't even think it matters if Avengers 4 and 5 is happening because I've done my wellness checks on these channels. The decline. What is that?
Said Avengers 4 already happened.
Yeah, 5 and 6. But
5 and 6.
Yeah. So the decline is that they are losing viewership and support even without this stuff. Like it's just happening because YouTube is also deleting and demonetizing their channels. I saw yesterday another content creator that makes like hate content lost their channel.
Didn't they demonetize one of the
multiple
Edge channels?
Multiple ones. Tom from Midnight's Edge, one of the Midnight's Edge After Hours channel got demonetized. A couple of other people connected to them got demonetized. A couple of other channels got deleted altogether. The whole channels are gone. YouTube seems to be shifting their algorithm away from the hate content.
I mean, the only thing I was going to add is that, like, I feel like they've got their group of like fans that follow them, but there's not much else, and the people don't even go to the movies because they still follow them and think they're right about everything, even though when they're outrageously wrong. Like when they say things that are outright objectively wrong about a movie, and their fans still defend it, and I
think that the truth is that based on all of the math that I've done, only a couple of them are sort of sustaining a little bit. Most of them are just actively on a decline. So, I
think we'll still have to deal with Critical Drinker for a while.
Well, actually, the reason why I think his is still holding a little bit is because he doesn't just talk about like specific, like the same stuff as the rest of these guys. He does other stuff once in a while.
I just stopped listening to him because if I were to listen to him any more, then my drinking would be critical.
That's true. $5 super chat from Lone Wolf. To fix my wording, Jeff didn't say he heard a rumor when he said on the podcast with Roca. Oh, it was on Roca's podcast. So articles are saying he said it when he did not. Well, I mean, still though, even if he did say it, the point is that you can get away with saying it because they're not doing anything with it right now. There's no movement with the Blade movie. So
that kind of thing, it's like the perfect crime. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm not encouraging it, but
I will say that the in Snyder Jeff has not had a consistent track record. It's not been great. So some things he's been right about, some of he's been wrong about it. I don't trust scoopers typically. I'll talk about scoops, but I don't trust them. Go ahead, Jay.
A lot of the stuff he's also been right about has been regurgitated information that he's like coming off of secondhand from more reliable sources.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about some more X-Men stuff because I know people love X-Men. Chris Claremont was on a podcast, and this has been circulating a little bit. Marvel's veteran, by the way, Chris Claremont, the writer that got me into comic books was Chris Claremont. He's the one that wrote the stories that I remembered as a kid. Marvel's veteran X-Men writer Chris Claremont said that Famke Janssen will be back as Jean Grey in Avengers Doomsday despite previous claims by the actress that she's not involved. Now, I don't know how much inside information Chris Claremont has.
Yeah, I don't know how involved he is.
I'm not going to say that this is accurate or whatever, but what are our thoughts on this? Would you want to see her back as Jean Grey? Do you think she should come back because everybody else is coming back? Like, where do we land on this particular story?
I'm not against it. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the original the old cast coming back because I kind of felt like Deadpool and Wolverine was a good send-off for the Fox universe. But like if they're gonna do it, yeah, sure, she can come along. I'm not picky if she wants to do it.
There is one person from these movies that I would love to see be brought back and given a chance to really shine. Now, Famke Janssen is not the top one, but I would like to see her come back because I think with the right material, she could play a great Jean. But that's also the case with a number of the Fox castings. With good material, they could do great, but a lot of them weren't given good material. But the one that
looks to me, at least visually, it looks like Cyclops is being corrected. At least visually.
Yeah.
God, I would love they did a good Cyclops.
I'm thinking they probably will, and this is, I don't know how likely this is, but because I don't know what her current health status is right now. But
has she been having health issues?
Not her. I'm talking about Anna Paquin.
Oh.
If they would be able to bring her back for one or two of these, I would love it if she got a chance to actually shine as a proper rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Because she wasn't in Deadpool and Wolverine for that exact reason, the health issues. And I think it was at the start of last year where she made her first public appearance in a while, and she was sporting a cane at that event.
I didn't know Anna Paquin was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't disclosed any sort of diagnosis. It's all been very kept under the wraps.
That's kind of wild. I'm pretty sure she's younger than me, so.
She's 43, I think.
A year younger. Okay. A year.
All right, just got some. Hold on, let me see if I can share this.
Oh, do you get a link to a spam site?
No. Somebody was sharing something related to this, I think. Let me see if I can look at it over here. No, this is fake. Never mind. We're not going to look at that.
It
was some fake stuff.
Did you see the theory about Doomsday and like Scott and what that's related to?
No, what's the theory?
So you know how you've had the first teaser where it's like you see Steve with his child, you see Thor praying that he gets brought back to his daughter. How these teasers have been revolving around a kid in certain ways, like each one of them, and someone is thinking that the reason Scott goes ballistic and just essentially loses it in the ruins there is that something has supposedly happened to a child, Nathan Summers. And then you also hear in the teaser we got today, you hear one of the lines is, I've lost everything. Everyone I care about is gone.
Mm-hmm.
People are theorizing that what if T'Challa's son is gone too?
Did we get our teaser today?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I've been at work.
No worries. Yeah,
you didn't see it, Bob?
No.
Well, yeah,
watch it again.
Yeah, we get.
We can watch it. I can watch it again. You want to watch it? We'll watch it again.
I liked it quite a bit.
I can't believe you didn't see this, Bob. That's pretty crazy.
I've been at work in the movie theater, so.
Oh, what?
The She-Hulk
what,
cameo went crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy that we see Galactus show up and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
just
Whoa.
so much work. All right, here
And
goes.
Batman too.
He's a giant
Yeah, we
cloud
see-
too.
we-
It's the Tim
We
Story
see
Galactus.
Squirrel Girl
Spawn shows
shows
up.
his ass. Yeah.
Here we go.
Ooh. Okay.
I've lost everyone that matters to me. The king has his duties to prepare our people for the afterlife. I have mine.
King M'Baku of Wakanda.
Then, Yancey Street between Broome and Grand.
Oh shit.
There we go.
Okay.
Looking
Is
at
that-
it from
I'm
that,
the countdown. Mhm.
Is that live stream on Marvel's page still up? Is it
Yes.
still
he's
live?
going to go here, man. I think it's an 11-month stream.
Jeez.
I think it's awesome. I think that's sick.
That's
I get it, but
I think it's cool. But like I definitely kind of see it from that POV now. And like now that I see her face, she's pissed. Like she is pissed in this trailer. If this is officially for the movie or not, like it does feel like she has a vendetta to settle, kind of. And if her arc in this movie is about like protecting him, protecting the last thing the last real family she has left, really.
Right there.
I think-
She looks very, very like angry about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Which would make the ending my theory of the ending even crazier, because I think the movie ends with him growing up a little bit, not fully, but like a 16, 17-year-old, his son.
wait, what movie ends?
Secret Wars.
I
I think
hate this.
Secret Wars ends with like a time gap for a lot of the characters, I think.
I hate to say my mind went to what the Chud reaction will be, and they were all
Oh.
celebrating that they killed DEI at the other teasers, and then this comes out.
Well, that's what I said. Well, fucking Jester Bell was like, this was just they threw a bone out to people because they wanted them to feel like Marvel still cared. And I'm like, are you really that fucking stupid? And she's not the only person that said that. Several
Yeah.
other people said that as well.
Black Panther is literally one of their most successful.
It's
brands.
right. It's
Just
one of
saying,
it's
just
both movies made tons of money for Marvel. Why
Yeah.
the fuck would they consider this throwing a bone out to them?
Mhm.
That makes no sense at all. And I know, I can't remember who it was, but either I don't want to put words in your mouth, Darren. But didn't you say that like Wakanda Forever is one of your favorite movies?
I love it. I think
Yeah.
it's incredible. It's my favorite of the two,
Yeah.
which is a hot take, I know, but I think it's great.
I definitely
like-
disagree. Although I love
But
the
like,
first
if you look
Black
at the movie,
Panther.
what it made $850 million at the it did fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Too many varying skin tones is crazy.
But by the way, I added a little something down at the bottom. I don't know if you saw this, but I thought this was a little surprising. This leaked last week.
All right, hold on, let me.
Yeah, see, Zaya, that was my biggest problem with the movie too. Is Namor really brought it down? For me.
Palpatine will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Again.
They're gonna freak out. It's gonna be over with.
That's the next trailer about next week.
I wanted to share this as we're talking about Black Panther. Does anybody know anything about this? I saw it was Variety announced this. Is this true?
I saw that before. That's the only thing I've really heard of it.
I mean, if they're going to age up his son, this makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've had those rumors for forever. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the rumors were for the son. It could have been, for all we know. But like, I know the rumors for a while was, we were going to get a variant of T'Challa. Like that.
Well, okay, so would you? Let me ask a question, everybody, if they have an opinion on it. Would you prefer a variant of T'Challa or T'Challa's son to just take over the mantle of Black Panther? Which one would you prefer?
His son, 100%.
For his son.
Now, I have no issues seeing a variant of him in the movie. I have no issues with, like, we go to, like, this is just a weird one, but, like, we go to the Fantastic Four world and there's, like, a Black Panther hanging out on the side, or, like, the Sam Raimi universe and there's one over there doing, you know, I'm fine with that. I think that's completely cool, but I think for the main line, it's so sloppy to be like, we have our main one, we replace him in Wakanda Forever for real world reasons, and then you go into 3 with a new one from the multiverse that can't, like, it's just too much. It's too much. I think streamlining it like this makes a lot of sense, and I think leads into Shuri's journey a lot better. Like, I don't want, like, T'Challa just coming back and be like, all right, it's my franchise again, guys. Like, that doesn't work for me. But, you know, years of her having been this mantle, having fought this Doomsday War and the Secret Wars, and then now this version has now grown up, and her having to pass the mantle down again.
Do we? But Darren, you make a good point there. Do we keep the mantle for both of them, or does she die, or does she have to give him the mantle? Like, how does it work?
I think she would be willing to pass it on to him, because it is technically his. Like, I do think it is his right to be Black Panther. He is the son of the king. It is his, as long as, you know, no one challenges him for it, obviously. But I don't think that's where her passion is. I don't think she's a Black Panther because she has to, because this is where destiny has led her to. But I think she would be more than happy to pass it down to where it was always meant to go in the first place, when the time comes when he is old enough to take that responsibility.
So real quick, so while I could see her giving it to him, like, if he wants it, I would also add, like, the idea of it being, like, traditionally his. That was one of the themes of the first movie, about how they have to give up a lot of their traditions, how they have to evolve.
Yeah.
So I don't think that necessarily fits into that particularly well. But if she's like, if you want it, it's yours, then I get it.
Okay.
So I'll throw a little bit of a wild card out here with this. You know, whenever like we get to, you know, like after everything's, you know, like set in its new ways, and you know, we get Black Panther 3 and whatnot. What if in the new established world that we get, it is established that Black Panther, you know, like he had a, you know, again, this is maybe a reach, but that T'Challa had a romance with Storm and it ends up being Storm's son. Like, do you think they would do that?
I
don't know.
For me, I think that erases everything they established in the second movie, right? Wouldn't that, like, screw that up?
I mean,
that's true.
We don't know what's going to carry over.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know if they want to, like, make Storm a mother immediately. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they'd want to do that. I think Storm's going to be.
She could very well not know.
Not know what?
Well, because remember they did the whole thing. I mean, I know she would obviously give like birth to him, but remember the whole thing they did in Taz whenever she had that son that she didn't know about that got possessed by the Shadow King.
I think that's too complicated for the MCU. Personally,
I mean, they've done.
I mean, am I wrong? Does anybody? I mean, everybody else can sound off on it. I mean, I feel like that's too complicated.
I mean, honestly, I don't think that. Like, as much as I like Storm and I like their relationship, I don't think they'll go there, because I mean, I feel like they've already established that his mother is can't the name of the character, but Lupita Nyong'o's character.
Yeah. You know what you could do, though? If we are aging up the son, 17, 18, maybe 19, whatever, they've said this X-Men cast is younger.
Yeah.
They could switch it up. They could have the son get with Storm. And so there you still have that relationship, kind of. Obviously, it's a different character, so it is a different dynamic from the comic books. But when has the MCU ever been one for the comic book? Like, they're always
literally
down to
never.
be like,
literally
roll a dice and change it just based on like a comic cover. Be like, oh, see, we did the thing. It's like, not really. You just kind of took inspiration from the thing. But like, you could do that. Like that.
I don't know. Omega, you think Storm should be pushing out a baby already?
I did not say a baby. I said nothing about.
Like, that was just a random thing that I threw out there because of the history. I'm not saying they need to do it. It was just something I thought about.
I still think they should bring back the original T'Challa. Recast, of course, but
I was about to say, wait,
not
necromancy or
not
something?
I would prefer not. I would prefer not the Sun, not a multiverse variant. I wish they could just find a way to bring him back with a new actor, which I think they should have done anyway.
Well, I'm saying, like, I think if they were going to do that, they would have done that in the second.
They would have done it originally.
I think so.
It's not too late. It's not too late. You can flash back to when.
Though, to like
how's that disrespectful?
Because they had a funeral for him and everything.
They had an entire movie about mourning the actor and the character. If like they were just like, haha, psych, he's back.
Look, I was on board with recasting him if they would have done it before they had a funeral for him. Once they had the funeral for him,
I got it all planned.
Okay. So what's your plan?
You flash back to when he was sick. He isn't dead yet. He was sick. Shuri's trying to come up with a cure. She's having trouble. Suddenly, Cher starts singing. If I could turn back time.
I thought you had a serious one.
I'm dead serious about this.
Okay.
Deadpool shows up, hands her the cure, says cleaning up the timeline, pops out. Then we cut back to the current day.
So I would be okay with this.
Before or after Superman flies around the Earth really fast and turns back time?
I would be okay with this, except that Chadwick actually had cancer and died.
Yeah. That's true, but I think Chadwick would have wanted the character to go on.
Chadwick. So I do think Chadwick wanted the character. I think Chadwick would have been okay with whatever they decided to do with the character, but they chose to kill the character off.
Yeah,
there are more respectful ways to do that. I think there's better ways. If you're going to do that at all, just have it be like Secret Wars. He never died. Like you can end Secret Wars and he's still here or whatever. The time travel bit does not work for me. I do not think you can like.
I agree with Stamina. I agree with Stamina MC. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I'm not a huge fan of Wakanda Forever, famously, but the stuff that dealt with his death, that was powerful. That hit me.
Let me. I just want to touch on this quickly.
Those really worked for that movie.
I've talked about this before, but I need. Okay, let's pull it back for a second. Okay, I need people to be a little bit realistic with this. You were working on a movie, the first ever movie with an primarily black cast. It wasn't all, but primarily black cast. You have Chadwick Boseman, who to a lot of kids out there, a lot of people out there, was Black Panther. Just like certain people are Spider-Man, certain people are Captain America, certain people are Iron Man. You work with this person and you become very, very close with them. And then you find out the biggest movie of the black superhero ever. They want to do a sequel to it. You have to go back to work, and you just expect all of these people to go back to work and completely ignore what happened and not give people closure on this character. Like, just recast him and work with somebody else like nothing happened to Chadwick. I just don't think that's a realistic perspective. I'm sorry.
And why would you do that to the cast, for one thing?
Look, I'm not saying they couldn't have done it. They absolutely could. But I can't imagine going to work on a movie where I worked with someone and they were very close to me, and then I come back and I'm supposed to pretend this other person is that same person. You know what I'm saying? Like in my mind, it just doesn't compute. I could be wrong. That's just my take on it. I mean, I just don't see any way they could have done it.
Season 3 of Spartacus: Blood and Sand did it when Andy died.
Bigger thing, man. Like that's such
Harry Potter did it.
It's on such a bigger scale, and like I said at
Harry Potter's supporting character.
When this happened, my stance was whatever the family and the cast and the director feel the most comfortable with. I was willing to stand with any decision they went with, because this was an incredibly hard choice. But this isn't like Kevin Feige said, yes, you need to do this. This was Ryan Coogler.
This isn't. Look, I want to point this out, guys. I want to pause for a second here. This is not the same thing. I think you guys don't understand. When they work together on a movie, a first of its kind ever with this person very closely, right? This was somebody that went to hospitals to visit kids, somebody that was big on charity, that worked with all these people outside of this. This is not a one-to-one comparison. I don't think there is any situation we could say is similar to what happened with the Black Panther situation with Chadwick. I don't think there is a comparable situation. That's why I don't think there's an all-encompassing answer that works. If they wanted to recast and they did that, I would have agreed with it as long as that's what the family wanted and everybody on the cast wanted. But I was actually in the theaters on opening day, almost the first showing of this movie, and the amount of people that came in that were showing so much respect towards Chadwick and what happened to him in this movie tells me that it's bigger than a movie. And I think we need to understand that. It was bigger than just the movie. Now, that's my perspective. If you don't see it that way, I'm absolutely okay with that. But I just think to believe there was some easy way to do this, I don't think that's true. I don't think there was an easy way to do it.
They were in a rough situation.
Yeah. And also, like, under like a normal circumstance, I would say we'll just take a break from Black Panther movies and come back in 5 years with a reboot. That's what I would typically say, but this isn't a normal franchise. This is a inbred. That's the wrong word I wanted. I did not mean to use that word. This is a intertwined. Intertwined was what I meant to say.
Interconnected.
Intertwined cinematic universe. You couldn't just say, well, we're done with this side of the Marvel universe, because this is arguably one of the biggest aspects of the current Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you couldn't just be like, we're done with Black Panther forever, because I think that's even worse. I think that
would have been worse. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I heard what you said there, and I get it. But at the same time, I would argue the exact opposite. That because of how big that movie was, because of the cultural impact of that movie, it was necessary to recast, because all those like little black kids that saw like a superhero that looked like them for the first time, you're basically going to tell them that character you connected with, he's dead now. Like,
sure.
I think that
I get that.
For that reason, the character should have continued.
But you know what my take is, though? I think he should exist outside of the MCU in other stuff. I am 100% not okay with all these games and animated shows and projects being like, it's his father, or it's, 3 lines down. I think killing him and everything is stupid. I think that's really, really dumb and damaging to the character. But, like, I think the whole stance about, like, well, like, these kids need a hero to look up to within that community. I don't know why that can't be Shuri. I think Shuri is just as capable to be that hero of color that kids can look up to and be like, oh, I look like that. That's me. That's something that I can relate on.
But can I even put out there that doesn't even matter, really, right? I don't think that matters. We're talking about a situation where an actor attached to a superhero that everybody loved passed away due to cancer, and they decided to memorialize that in a movie. I don't think any of the other representation stuff is. I mean, look, it is a part of the conversation, but I don't think it's the only thing to be talked about here. Like, they killed off Iron Man. You had to tell kids that Iron Man was killed, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think I don't think there's an argument where like the character shouldn't be killed off because you have to tell kids they're dead, because Iron Man was killed off, and everybody seems to be okay with that. So I think there has to be room for this somewhere where you can recognize that maybe there wasn't the best maybe there was no right decision. You know what I mean? Maybe recasting maybe in a world that was the right decision. Maybe what they did is a right decision. Maybe there was a world where they put the pause on Black Panther and waited until they decided to recast. I don't think there's a really good discussion for it. However, circling back to what we were talking about with the casting of his son and everything in this situation, I would like to think if they want to keep the continuity from that, they would just make it his kid taking over the mantle instead of bringing in an Elseworlds version. That would be because we're talking about what we wanted to happen. I don't think it's really. I think we're getting too far in the weeds with it.
But also keep everything connected together with it being his son.
Yeah, I think we're talking about moving forward. What should they do? And I think if they want to bring in so I think Joe, if I'm reading this right, you think because they should have recast before, you're okay with them just recasting in this one, like bringing another T'Challa in, right? Is that what you're saying?
I'm still okay with it. Now, I think it is going to be his son going forward. I think that's the reason they called the son T'Challa. Yeah. They could have named the son anything. They named him T'Challa. Yeah. So they
did that on purpose, totally on purpose, because they don't have to call him T'Challa Jr. They can just call him T'Challa. It doesn't matter, in the old scheme of things. Omega, are you still there? Did he go? He probably went to poop or something. He's got his mic muted. But anyway, so we'll wait and see. It's a rumor that's been going around. I don't know what they're going to do. And again, I don't think there's a perfect answer for it. Let's move into this bit of news, though, and then we'll do some super chats. This comes from Daniel RPK, everybody's second favorite scooper. So the Olivia Wilde Spider-Woman film is officially dead. I haven't seen this confirmed anywhere else except for through Daniel RPK, but we do know that they pulled back on a lot of Spider-Man and Spider-Universe projects. So again, just like with Blade, what were you saying?
They finally learned.
I believe it. I think they're restructuring their entire slate right now. Like it feels like everything they were working on after Craven and like everything else that flopped in 2020, was it 4 that came out before?
But they're dropping the whole Michael Keaton bringing the team together crap.
Okay, hold on. I need a roll call on the panel right now. Has everybody seen the Spider-Verse movies, non-Spider-Man movies? And if you've seen them, do you like them? Do you not like them? No. Would you fight for them? Would you die on the hill for them? Like, what are we talking about here? I'm talking about like Madam Web, Craven, and Morbius.
And Venom.
The only one I didn't see was Craven. The day, or maybe it was like the week before, it came out. It had come out that like, oh, this universe is officially dead going forward. And I was like, thank God, now I don't got to see it.
I actually remember some people on the panel, maybe it was Joe and maybe Darren talked about this. Maybe you didn't, Darren. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I believe Joe said this. You liked Madam Web, right?
That's a strong word. I wouldn't say that. I think Madam Web was a flawed movie. I think the Sony Spider-Man movies are important, and I think they need to continue. And I think that if they pull the plug on it, it's a bad thing for everybody. And the reason I say that, first of all, I love the 3 Venom movies. The 3 Venom movies are fantastic. Hated Craven. Morbius wasn't too good. Madam Web, I'd like to see a director's cut.
So you loved the Venom trilogy.
Yes.
You're lukewarm on Morbius and Madam Web.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of studio interference.
But you didn't like Craven.
I hated Craven.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I think we need, and I've been saying this for years, we need the wild card. We need the wild card. We need the studio that is going to. We can't just have Marvel and DC. We can't just have Disney and Warner Brothers.
Right.
Fox, when they were doing the X-Men movies, were the wild card. And it's the wild card that pushes the genre forward. It was Fox that started giving us R-rated movies like Logan. And,
grading on a curve is crazy. Damn it, I love that. That's funny.
It was Fox, not Disney, that gave us an R-rated film like Logan.
Right.
And it's the wild card that's going to take the risks and it creates competition and it makes everybody better. Now, a lot of these Spider-Man movies, these Spider-Verse movies, they weren't a bad idea. The problem is, what does the DCU have, and what does the MCU have? They have a guiding force. They have a James Gunn. They have a Kevin Feige. There was nobody steering this ship. I think they needed somebody overseeing this to make it work. Yeah. It wasn't intrinsically a bad idea, but it was being done haphazardly.
There's no continuity because you don't have a movie runner, like a showrunner,
exactly,
and overseeing the project.
I hope they don't give up on the Spider-Verse films. I hope they just reconceptualize and do it better.
Well, I think this year is going to be big for it because they're trying something very different this year with Spider-Man Noir, which is a show. So, like, yes, it is an overall different thing, but I think this is a big test to see how does this do. Let's just try this. Let's try something very different. And that is exactly, like you said, this is a wild card. This is something new. They filmed it in black and white and color. They're doing something very original and fresh. And, like, yeah, I kind of fully agree with you. Like, say what you want about these movies. They tried something. They attempted and they put something out there, which I think is at least commendable to a point.
Japanese Spider-Man has a machine gun. I just want to throw that out there.
I even have a suggestion for who could run the show. J. Michael Straczynski. He was a Spider-Man writer. He created Babylon 5, created a 5-year arc for Babylon 5. He knows how to plan out stories. That's what he did. He created the villain for Madam Web, and he was angry at the execution. He said, that's my character. They could have called me. I could have told them what to do with this character. I think he's your guy.
I mean, I would also argue Lord Chris Miller are doing the TV department for for Amazon. Like they're, I think they're the main producers on Spider-Man Noir. They were going to do Silk, but that fell through. So it's like if they wanted to expand even further, I'd let them, like I'd give them the kingdom. I'd be like, do what you want, do whatever you need to do. Greenlight anything you need. Here's all the money you need. Just give us some good, like they have the track record to pull through some incredible stuff if they wanted to be the like Kevin Feige of their little side thing over there.
All right, Bob.
Okay, I definitely want to voice, because I've seen all those fucking movies. I'm just gonna go ahead and say they all suck. The only ones I think are the most watchable are the Venom ones, just because I don't know what the fuck Tom Hardy's doing. He's definitely not playing Eddie Brock, but he's doing something that's kind of entertaining.
Shots fired.
But yeah, no, I do not like those movies. Now, if they had somebody like J. Michael Straczynski or Lord and Miller running the ship and did a reboot, that's fine. But like, I'm fine chucking that universe down the toilet.
Wow, like complete opposites on opinions there. I didn't care for any of the 3 separate Venom movies, like Morbius, Craven, Madam Web. Madam Web was funny because there was memeable stuff in it.
Morbius is probably my least favorite, just because it's the most like nowhere, bland, boring thing ever. All the other ones I could kind of laugh at.
Well, Madam Web also, you have all the Spider Women in that movie, and that's the movie everybody wanted, and then you tease it, but you never actually give it to us, which is like, I don't know what that was all about. Venom 1, surprisingly to me, was an entertaining movie. I actually really enjoyed Venom 1. I was shocked that I enjoyed it, but I did. The second one had some weird stuff in it. Probably the one thing that kind of bugs me is he's like, sound hurts him, but he goes to a rave. That to me was like, what are we doing? Loud speakers and loud music.
Has an amazing wig. It's great.
I was like, what's happening here? And I thought the third one was pretty crazy too. Like not in a bad way. Like I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. But yeah, so
those movies are like the McDonald's of comic book movies. Like it might taste good, but it's very bad for you.
Because of this, Sony is now more open to sharing Spider-Man characters with Marvel, more specifically the characters that they wanted to use in their spin-off films. And saying we won, I don't know what that means. Like,
yeah, I don't know what that means either.
We won. Like what?
I guess to the sharing thing, which again is still not official. I've been seeing so many people on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube run as this is official news from like Marvel itself or something. This is it could be true. I would believe it if it was, but I think we do need to relax a little bit on it. This is Daniel RPK, which does not 50-50, I'd say, with it. He sometimes gets something right, but
I've never heard of this movie though. Was Olivia Wilde going to play Spider-Woman, or was she just directing it?
Directing it.
Because that sounds sad to me. I would like to see that movie.
I would have.
Yeah, I mean that's the first movie in the lineup where it's like, well, that sounds
makes sense.
That sounds
just like I've been pitching it forever. Just do, and like I think Spider-Verse has set such a great foundation for that. Just make variant Spider-Man movies. Give me Spider-Woman. We know we're getting the like Spider-Punk spin-off movie from that universe as well. That's exciting to me. The Spider-Man Noir project is exciting me. Is exciting to me.
Exciting? That's actually really cool. Exciting.
Give me a Spider-Gwen spin-off with Haley Steinfeld. That would be incredible. Give me a Spider-Pig like animated thing, for a streaming service. Like just do, if you could do that stuff. And again, it doesn't all have to be tied to Spider-Verse. I'm not saying make him all Spider-Verse stuff. But do like what you're doing with like Spider-Man Noir right now, where that is not technically like connected to Spider-Verse whatsoever.
Sorry.
But yeah, you kind of get the point, I think.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I just love funny.
No, I mean, it was...
Jake?
Yeah, no, I just got a headache.
Emma Stone as a live-action Spider-Gwen would be pretty sick.
All right, let's do some super chats here.
She already has experience as Gwen, so...
We did reach the goal and reloaded. We reached the goal, so we will be doing that. We are still 3 or 4 out of 5 over in the Debunks channel, which if we reach that, I will be announcing a new video series that I'll be doing on that channel specifically. So $2 super chat from Lone Wolf. Have any of you seen The Pit yet? I was up till 4 a.m. Is anybody watching that?
Yes, my current hyperfixation right now. I just finished my rewatch of season 1 with my mother because she was like a huge like ER fan, and this was supposed to be a spinoff of ER before the switch happened. But this is genuinely probably one of the best shows on TV right now. It's really, really good. Like
low key or high key?
Kind of high key. It's really
say,
good.
Darren, you don't really like doctor shows.
I don't like medical. I mean, I like them enough, but like I haven't watched them for a while. They became too like formulaic for me. This is some of the best writing I've seen in a show in a while. It's really, really good. I would check it out. Even if you're not a fan of like medical stuff, it's just a very well made show. It's very
only one of those I'll say that I watched for like any amount of time was House.
I want to give a shout out to Staggervore for the 2.99 super chats to get us to the goal. Thank you so much.
I was going to say, I'm not a huge fan of medical shows, but a little bit I saw a House, I could see myself getting into that.
And I've been saying this too. I've been saying this too. People call me crazy for this one. The guy that plays like the title character House in that series, Hugh Laurie.
Yeah.
For a while I've been saying, and he would never do this, but for a while I've been saying he would be a great Doctor Doom.
That would be interesting, actually.
Yeah. I'm not.
Speaking of Doctor Doom, he's giving me his $2 super chat here. The Null storyline in the Venom films is worthless. Yes, I agree, because they're not going to do anything with it.
They.
I mean, I love how in the third movie his whole arc is that he lifts his head.
They fucked that up so bad.
Here's a preview of something we're never going to do.
Right, and then like, you get to the whole thing, and this is another villain that's related to Null. You do like Gore in the Love and Thunder movie. That's like he's got a whole thing that's tied to Null and the symbiotes, which you can't do that at all. So just both things got wasted.
Ted 2 of 25. Okay, interesting. $2 super chat says, I want Emma Stone Spider-Gwen.
Is that Kevin Smith in that picture?
I think it is, yeah. It looks like it looks like a picture maybe he took with Kevin Smith. Yeah. Cool. I know, Darren, you just mentioned Spider-Gwen. So Emma Stone Spider-Gwen, how do you feel about that?
Yeah. I would not be shocked if that's a thing in Secret Wars. Like, I think Secret Wars needs some like big surprises that we just don't see coming. Like everyone's already talked about the Ghost Riders and the like some of the other X-Men we haven't seen yet. I think that would be such a like holy shit moment, not in like the way that it's like, oh, it's Emma Stone as her character again. No, it's Emma Stone in the costume. She does her thing, and then like you can have Andrew's character see her, and like they can have their little I think that would just make so much sense if that's something that they went
maybe
with.
her Peter's dead, So
yeah,
be a nice reunion.
All right, here we go. Oh, Columbia Rican's here tonight. Good to see you.
Give me that spinoff of like I lost my Gwen, I lost my Peter, and they just freaking I don't know they team up, have a little multiverse story or something.
Columbia Rican. I hope they decide to the Wolverine Spider-Man movie. I remember back in the '90s comics, they both had many run-ins. That would be awesome, and I would watch that. Yeah.
Remember when Wolverine, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, and the Hulk were the Fantastic Four?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Let's make that movie.
All right, so we got two more topics, but we'll see. We'll do this one first. I just want to talk a little bit about Stranger Things drama that's going on right now. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with that or not. Here's a little bit of it. New details on Stranger Things 5. Duffer Brothers started production on season 5 without a finished script for the finale. Oh my God. That never happens on TV shows. Yeah. That never happens.
This is production 101.
Yeah. One writer said it would be crazy to not include the Demogorgons and Demobats in the Abyss. The Duffers ultimately decided to leave them out. Now, there is this whole thing. There's like a long list of issues with the final season of Stranger Things. We're not going to get into all that because that would be hours and hours and hours long. But I just want to address the part here at the top and another comment that was made. It is very common to start filming a TV series where the last couple of episodes are not completely done yet.
I mean, back in the day when you'd have 26 episode seasons, they have no idea what they're doing for the season finale when they start.
In fairness, like I've been going back and forth because yes, like we used to see like CW shows do this all the time, On the flip side of that, though, they did have about a year and a half before they had to film it. So I do wonder, what were they doing? There was a 3-year break. And again, there was a writer strike. Like, about a year of that, they couldn't actually write the show itself. So I get that. But there was still a very, very, very long time to write the script. And I know writing a show can be hard. It can be tough. But then my pitch is, well, don't start production until you have written one of the biggest endings of a show of all time. And especially... Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to add, they were probably deciding what font to use for the title card where they dropped the whole military storyline from.
There's also this... Go ahead, Darren.
I was just going to say, like, one of the biggest things we heard from the cast, like, throughout this final thing is, like, they were worried that this final season would get the same reception as Game of Thrones. So you would think that they would have done the thing of just, like, oh, let's be super cautious about, like let's make sure it's perfect for everyone so we don't run into this issue. And I like it way more than Game of Thrones. I want to put that out there. It's not even on the same level. But you would think maybe they would have at least made sure of it before starting production.
I don't even think you can really compare those two things, though, because with Game of Thrones, they were having to make up the ending as they went along because there wasn't source material.
No.
Here's another thing. Apparently, there's a problem with them having ChatGPT tabs open in a bunch of tabs on their screen. They also had Reddit open. They had YouTube open. There's a lot of stuff open.
Are these real images?
Yeah, it's from the documentary that came out on Netflix. So this is taken from that. But look, I don't have an issue with AI speeding up your workflow. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But we don't know what they used it for.
Yeah.
We don't know why it's there. It could be possible they were looking and researching things they were going to be talking about in the show to make sure they were accurate to the 80s. Like, there's a lot of reasons why they could have those tabs open. I'm not a big AI guy. Like, I'm not out here supporting and going, you got to go use AI. But I'm just saying, ChatGPT being used as a pseudo search engine is something that people do. It is something. There are people I know now that go to ChatGPT to look up how do I make pasta instead of going to Google and typing how do I make pasta. So that does happen. If we had proof that they used ChatGPT for something else that was awful, I might be more on board with it. But just having them open in tabs, what? Is this really a big problem? I mean,
having it.
Am I the person that's like completely lost on this?
Now, if they have one of the tabs open and they see the exact script typed out by ChatGPT, then you got something. But just having a tab open doesn't tell me anything.
Yep.
It's so crazy.
Well,
and then,
like they could have just been messing around with ChatGPT and saying, "Hey, ChatGPT, what happens if I drink this strange green liquid I found in my parking lot today? Will I become the Hulk and gain superpowers?"
Yeah.
It sounds to me like people are once again just looking for things to complain about.
Yeah.
Well, look at this. Look, Stranger Things 5 has officially crossed 115 million views. It jumped from number 9 to number 6 on Netflix all-time English TV list in a single week.
Not shocking. It was.
It's really good. Like, I watched the finale like 3 times now. It's. I would honestly say it's one of the best series finales I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know if I would go that far.
Yeah.
Like, I probably wouldn't go that far, but I understand.
It's my top 5. Like, I mean, it's no Newhart, but Newhart will always be the greatest.
I think Doom Patrol has the best series finale of all time in my opinion.
I need to finish Doom Patrol, man. I got 2 seasons.
That series finale is fucking crazy good, and it's not even my favorite show, but it had me crying. It was so good.
Honestly,
Doom Patrol's finale.
The one that comes to my mind immediately is one of the best is probably Superman and Lois, if I'm being honest.
That's a good one too.
Superman and Lois was good, yeah.
That one's up there. I mean, you have the famous ones. Like, you have, like, Breaking Bad.
Breaking
you have,
Bad
like,
is another one.
Lost. Everybody loves Lost.
Do I need to mention TNG and DS9? TNG.
I had to hide on that one because I knew that some people don't like the ending of Lost. So
honestly, this one I don't feel like it's talked about enough, but I really like the way that Grimm ended.
Okay. Joe disagrees with me, but I think the Good Place final episode is a masterpiece.
Oh,
I think.
Good Place was so good.
Yeah, that was good.
Beginning to end, that series was good. Good Place.
Yeah,
I like the series. I just hate the final episode.
Where did Omega go? He just disappeared.
That was solid. Yeah, I thought the
he's gone. I don't see him. No, I'm being funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Man.
Well, Streamyard's been weird this week, so I thought maybe.
I was in the toilet. Man. I'll spare you the details. Just let me tell you, I'm 20 pounds lighter.
It's a great way to lose weight.
You were in a D&D game in a very crappy dungeon.
Yeah, more or less.
You know what was a good final episode nobody talks about? What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, that was good. That was good. I love that one too. Yeah. But let's also the last bit here I want to talk about is I'm seeing this being talked about too. The Duffer Brothers say they were under pressure from Netflix to finish writing for the final episode of Stranger Things 5. We were getting hammered constantly by production and by Netflix for episode 8. It was the most difficult writing circumstance we ever found ourselves in, not just because of the pressure to make sure the script was good, but because there was never so much noise at the same time. I can only imagine. Look, I'm not saying that they made the best decisions. I'm not saying that everything in the finale worked for me. It definitely didn't. But I don't think any of us understand the pressure of writing the finale for arguably one of the biggest TV shows of all time.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably pretty heavy.
And I would argue, like, as much as I have complaints about the finale, I'd probably say roughly 75% worked really well for me.
I will say they're probably happy to be done with it. Not in a negative way. Like, I'm not saying that they're like, fuck yeah, we're done with that. But they're probably just happy to be out of the weeds with all the people arguing about it. So,
well, we're going to see what that spinoff does for
I think Star Trek Enterprise had the best finale of all time, in my opinion.
Shut up. Get the fuck out of here.
Go to hell.
That shit was terrible.
Really? Right out of that way, team? Really? Right.
I will always defend the Enterprise finale on one respect.
Oh, here we go.
You guys are right. Terra Prime was a great episode.
Doesn't work.
No more after that. No more.
The final Enterprise doesn't work. But what they were going for on paper, it makes sense. Like, it's a good idea. It just didn't work.
I get what they were going for. Yeah, it just fell flat.
I mean, there's lots of stuff like that. I can make the same argument for Game of Thrones, the final season. On paper, it sounds like a great idea. Didn't work.
No, not one bit.
Let's see. We got a super chat here.
It's like the scene of Hercules ending too.
How about the rumored Doomsday fights? We can talk about those briefly here in a second. The issue is there's also a few trailers that came out. There's the One Piece trailer. There's a couple other things that came out that I wanted to look at. There's just a lot today, and we're already at the 2-hour mark. We're capping the stream at 2 hours and 30 minutes. I got to go in 2 hours and 30 minutes. So we will get to those, Lone Wolf.
Hey, I ain't doing shit.
Let me pull them up here. I think you sent them to me already, so let me open this up. And I will definitely talk about these, even if it's only briefly, before we end the stream. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I didn't notice Bob without glasses.
They're noticing that I'm the only one on
Bob's the only one
without glasses.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought I was missing something there. All right, Joe. Joe's got to head out. We'll see you later, Joe. Thank you for being here. Go check out Joe's channel. I did a stream with him tonight. Go check that out. And we'll see you later, Joe. Have a good night.
And more importantly, check out Crazy Joe Adventures. That's the channel. More people got to give that one some love.
Okay.
That's where my heart is. But anyway.
All right. See you later, Joe. Let's see where we are. Hold on. What was I going to do? Oh, we'll go ahead and do the proposed battles.
Okay.
From Doomsday. Now, the reason why I don't typically talk about this is because these are like super rumory. Like these kinds of things I typically do not believe at all. Usually.
I mean, it's like lots of little face-offs. Like, they could have leaked the Infinity War, all the little battles that the heroes have against each other and Thanos and stuff like that. And, all this could just be like a 2-second exchange and stuff like that. Almost.
So, Mr. Fantastic versus Nightcrawler, Shang-Chi versus Gambit, then Gambit versus Doctor Doom.
Rip Gambit.
Man, Gambit's not going to last.
What? Gambit versus Doctor Doom?
I love Gambit and all, but no, he's getting his ass kicked.
Yelena versus Mystique.
Well, I mean, I love Gambit, but Channing Tatum.
Yelena versus Mystique. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Captain America versus Cyclops is a classic one. You see that a lot in the comics.
Oh, that'd be sick, actually. Yeah.
Captain Marvel versus Monica. Why would Captain Marvel fight Monica?
Yeah, that's kind of out of nowhere.
Sentry in the Void versus Professor X. The only issue I have with that is, as powerful as Professor X is, physically also the Sentry would fuck him up. So quickly. I don't even know if he'd have time to
Professor X would have to lock down his mind immediately. If it's not over in 2 seconds, Professor X is done.
Mr. Fantastic, Cyclops, and Captain America versus Doctor Doom. These are guesses. That's a guess.
This is all like I don't know how they would know some of this stuff this early on. Like some of this is just not. I don't know. It's so.
I actually think it's based on like behind the scenes photos is what it is.
So some I can see them piecing together because like things that Alan Cumming has said about his Nightcrawler interacting with Pedro, things about how Channing Tatum has said that he has scenes with Simu Lee. So,
but that doesn't mean they're fighting though. That's the issue. We don't know if they're actually fighting each other.
Well,
the Mr. Fantastic and Nightcrawler one, we had heard that they were fighting. Like, that's the one here that is based on reality.
Which is why it's the first one. They're roping you in with one that they know is most likely going to happen, and then they're like including everything else.
How would that fight go down, though? I'm really wondering that.
Well, Mr. Fantastic can stretch and Nightcrawler can teleport, so that's going
to be a fun fight. That's going to be really, really.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, is his Nightcrawler going to kick as much ass as he did 25 years ago?
And then God Loki versus Doctor Doom. That's like an end battle. That would be like the final battle of the last thing.
One.
So.
Or the very beginning.
And honestly,
the very beginning to set up the whole movie.
Yeah,
like very much like Thanos versus Hulk, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, what I've been thinking too, and there are a number of ways they could do this to give Doom for what we'll call a 5-minute opener scene. There are a lot of theories of how that would happen. Would they bring Josh Brolin back for 5 minutes to literally just have his spine ripped out? There has even been some theories out there that they bring Chris Evans back, and then part of the way through, he ends up being killed by Doom. So,
I mean, part of it is also like when you do Hulk versus Thanos is to show how powerful Thanos is. Right. You're not really going to get that with him versus Steve Rogers.
So they did that to show how powerful Thanos is, but also Hulk never got his ass kicked like that. So it did two different things.
Yeah.
Naruto here with the $5 super chat says, I've started to rewatch Netflix One Piece the last couple of days, and I thought it came out in 2024, but it came out in 2023. Yeah, the end of 2023, right? Was it in the fall? Oh, it's late summer. Yeah. I'm excited though. I want to watch the trailer with you guys. But before we do that, I just wanted to talk about this briefly because people were asking my opinion. So we're going to talk very, very briefly. I'm going to go through it very quickly. So Paramount is suing because of the Netflix merger with Warner Brothers, or the buyout from Warner Brothers, because they're big mad that they don't have enough money and trust to buy out Warner Brothers.
You've been rejected 8 times. Let it go, for God's sake.
This is I swear to God, the Ellison, I don't remember which one, Larry Ellison or whatever. Fucking
David Ellison.
David Ellison, thank you. His biggest fucking baby. This is clearly what billionaires do when they aren't getting their way.
Well,
it's like, grow the fuck up, bro.
So then we saw this right here. Ted Sarandos and David Zaslav were sitting next to each other at the Golden Globes, which is the CEO of Warner Brothers and the CEO of Netflix together, hanging out, shaking hands. Where's the Ellisons at? Oh, nowhere. And then we found out that now Netflix is preparing a revised all-cash offer because they've got those balls, right? To acquire Warner Brothers Discovery as Paramount Skydance continues to argue to shareholders that its $30 per share all-cash hostile bid is better than Netflix deal. So here's the thing. Netflix actually has all of that money themselves.
Yes.
They don't have to borrow it from anybody, meaning they're going to offer the money all cash directly from themselves, and then Paramount has no grounds to do anything at that point.
No, like David Ellison's just coming off like a dude who can't take the fucking L. Like, you put in your bid, they didn't take it. Move the fuck on, bro. Move.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't even want any of these mergers to happen. But like the way he's whining, he's making me go, okay, I'm more happy with the Netflix thing.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to these fucking events together and stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, so someone sent this to me right before we talk about trailers. Hold on, let me see all the tabs that I've got for this. This is going to be very funny, but I think it's worth talking about. All right. So Grace Randolph apparently is getting attacked over this. And I have some thoughts on this. So this was a review she left. So yeah, I walked out 2/3 into the movie. I just couldn't take it anymore, especially because the movie has so many missed opportunities. And she gave it a bad score on Rotten Tomatoes, even though she did not watch the entire film. And I can't remember. It was one from this year, though. Critics who walk out of films should have their reviews taken down. If you can't do your job correctly, then you don't deserve to be rewarded.
So it's worth noting Roger Ebert's walked out on reviews before. He didn't do it often, but occasionally he did. Listen, if this is a deal killer for you, don't listen to a reviewer. I already don't listen to Grace Randolph and don't give a crap. So
no. I understand. Like, you don't have to listen to her, but should she still be allowed to put reviews up on Rotten Tomatoes if she's not watching the entire film?
I mean, I think that.
As long as she's being honest about it,
maybe the movie was that ass.
Yeah, like if a movie's that bad, then that tells me everything I need to know about the movie. Like I don't know. I think people put too much stake on the professionalism of a reviewer, and I think it should be a little bit more biased to the person that is reviewing it. If Grace Randolph walked out of a movie, that tells me
what if she walked out after 5 minutes?
Well, I mean, then you didn't.
Well, I would.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying though is that once we've determined that there's some sort of a metric, it needs to be a standard that you just can't do it, because otherwise it's all subjective at that point.
I would say as long as she's honest about now, if she didn't disclose that she walked out and she acts like she saw the whole thing, then that's an issue. That's lying.
Darren, I think your mic settings switched because now it sounds like you're talking through your computer.
Sorry, I stepped away.
Oh, you're good.
I would say that there's probably critics that don't disclose this. They probably don't watch these things and they just go on and leave their scores because they have to, right? There's a lot of them probably do that. Did she have to post this? No. I think that her putting it out there is fine. I mean, she wants to say that, she can say it. But at a certain point, if they're not, their job is to watch movies.
True.
So would you pay an employee that walked out 2/3 into their shift, a full shift? Would you say they get paid full amount because they work 2/3 of their shift? I mean, there has to be some sort of responsibility if it's your job to do it. Because say for example she didn't tell us this and then she came back and she gave it a score. What if she only watched 10 minutes of the movie but she didn't tell us? You know what I mean? There needs to be some sort of professional responsibility to doing this because you do it for a living. I'm not saying there's one size fits all, but Joe Russo also posted this. Rotten Tomatoes should deplatform Grace Randolph for reviewing a movie she walked out of and relishing in her bad faith criticism. Here's the video. Is this TikTok? Yeah. Hold on, wait, is there no volume on this?
I don't put stock in Rotten Tomatoes anymore.
Oh, here it is.
I mean, Rotten Tomatoes rejected me, so...
I mean, ever since I looked on there and saw that Sharknado received an 84%, I said, you guys have lost your minds.
Okay, I'm playing a TikTok video, so you guys got to let it play. I can't pause this every time.
Doesn't seem like you can play it either.
It's not playing. Hold on. Let me try. Let me unshare. Damn it! Stop talking, Joe Russo. I can't figure out where this tab is. I'm having a boomer moment. Give me a second. I opened it up and I hit share tab and it wasn't sharing and then it started auto playing. All right. I better reopen another tab. Here we go. This is the person that wrote that tweet. It's a very short video, but let's see what he has to say.
Without having seen the whole thing. My name is Joe Russo. I make movies. Let me talk to you about how Grace Randolph set off a Twitter firestorm for reviewing a movie she did not see the end of. While my day job might be working in Hollywood as a writer, director, and producer, one of my degrees is in journalism with a focus on media analysis and criticism. Before I moved to Hollywood, I actually wanted to be a film critic. And for a while, I worked as one. I even was a member of the Phoenix Film Critics Society. So I have a lot of opinions on modern film criticism. And I have even more opinions on amateurs who are moonlighting as film critics. There's a lot of really great people writing about film who are not Rotten Tomatoes certified, So it breaks my heart when I see someone who is, and they can't even be bothered to finish a movie. And it's even more discouraging when the movie that Grace Randolph couldn't bring herself to finish.
Hold on, I'll pause it there. So it was Primate. That was the movie. So it was very recent. I think that came out like a week and a half ago.
That's why I just came from the theater to see.
Okay.
Finish is actually a movie that's certified fresh and has a positive audience score. Personally, I've seen Primate twice and I thought it was a blast. Both times it absolutely tore the house down. To make matters even worse, she even relished in this controversy. Quite frankly, if I was Rotten Tomatoes, I would deplatform this critic right away. It's not fair to the movie, it's not fair to Rotten Tomatoes users, and quite frankly, it's not.
I just thought about this. If Rotten Tomatoes wants the film industry to take them seriously, they can't let someone do this. Right? You can't let you can't let critics come in and go, I watched 10 minutes of the movie, it was shit, I walked out 1 star. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
That's not going to stand for them, right? You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm being a little bit hyperbolic, but that's the slippery slope of this. Like, if you allow critics to do like 2/3 of a movie, then what if they do like half the movie? Then they do 15 minutes of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, at what point does it become a problem where you have to start actually taking action for it? I don't know. Let's see.
Fair to Grace Randolph herself because she missed out on a hell of an ending. It's also a shame that calling out this bad behavior gave her exactly what she wanted. And film critics should not be seeking attention for themselves over the piece of media that they are covering. So go see Primate. It's an absolute blast.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I've heard it was good. Anyway,
I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan.
Yeah. Look, look, she could have watched the whole thing and still gave it a 1 star. You know what I mean? Like, that's still possible. I just feel like if you do something for a living, you should take it a little more seriously. And I think walking out of a movie is something a fan can do if you paid for your ticket.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're going to see that movie on the dollars that you're making from people who are supporting you as a film critic, it's a little disrespectful to the people that are supporting you. That's just my opinion, because you're not getting a full picture.
I wouldn't walk out, but yeah. I mean, I sat through fucking 50 Shades of Grey, for fuck's sake. Writing for the newspaper.
I don't know. Am I wrong, people? You guys, does anybody have a different opinion? I'm totally okay with like if people have a different opinion than mine on this one.
Yeah, I'm
not really.
I've kind of come around on it. At first, I was like, "Who gives a shit?" But yeah, I think once you kind of frame it as like, this is her job. This is what she's being paid for, and also like I've watched so many movies where in the first act I'm like, I don't know, this isn't doing it for me, and then by the final act I'm like, oh my god, they found their footing. They found what they're going to do, and it does change as you go through the experience. It does. It's, you know,
right.
I don't know. So yeah, I'm kind of with you now that you kind of laid out like that.
I do want to say I don't think she should be immediately deplatformed. I think that's a little crazy, but I think I think they should definitely like be like, you're not allowed to do this, or change something in their terms of service that are like you can't post that you only watched half a movie. Like, you can't post that.
This happens a lot in like various places. Like I think the Oscar deals with this too, where it came out. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but what we found out that there were some. They didn't say who. It was anonymous, but there was a couple where it's like, well, we didn't watch that one. We didn't see that one. And I was like, wait, you're voting on who wins, and you haven't seen all the nominees? That is where I'm like, well, that's very bad, and that's very wrong, and you are actively sabotaging movies because you didn't want to see them.
Right. So we are 1 super chat away from hitting the goal in the Debunks channel. We have 10 minutes left in the stream. So if anybody would like to donate anything at all, I'll be announcing a new series I'm going to be doing twice a month on the Debunks channel. So if anybody would like to do that, you can. If not, I can just keep it to myself. That's cool too. But it'll be starting in February. I did get a super chat here from Lone Wolf, though, that says, send a tweet about this from another critic I like, and this is the one that was sent, and it is Cody Leach here. Saying that a movie was so bad you turned it off or walked out of the theater is 100% a valid opinion that shouldn't elicit controversy. Reviewing and or submitting a critic score for a film you didn't bother to finish is complete bullshit and should be treated as such. That's how that's my opinion on it.
And one thing I'm coming around to it as well, because it's like, you know, my argument is, you know, I don't treat Grace Randolph seriously. The problem is Rotten Tomatoes does, and they're counting her score with everybody else's, and it's like, well, wait, that's
okay.
not fair.
Here's a concession I'll make. Right, you're a critic. You go to a movie, you walk out on the movie, you make a video on your channel and say, I walked out of the movie, I didn't like it, I wouldn't recommend it. That's fine. When you go on Rotten Tomatoes and you give it 1 star, that to me is when you've crossed the line of credibility. I think that's too far.
It's like if you're gonna hate it for a reason, especially if you're a reviewer and your reviews count for an aggregate site like Rotten Tomatoes, you really owe it to actually see the movie and give a good reason as to why you hate this movie.
Let's see here. I'm going to go to Twitter now to pull up these trailers. There's a couple of trailers I want to watch. I know I want to watch One Piece trailer. And there was something else. Oh, the Legacy of Monsters trailer came out as well for season 2 of that, which I quite enjoyed. Oh, before we do that though, I do want to give a shout out. Zoe Saldana is now the highest grossing actor of all time.
Yeah.
And number 2 is Scarlett Johansson.
Season.
The 2 highest grossing actors of all time are women, which I think is crazy. But
that's wild.
Look how close they are. They're very close.
Yeah.
And then number 3.
Yeah, just put her in some weird face paint and put some prosthetics on her.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these people are Marvel people.
Aren't they all Marvel people?
Well, I don't think Dwayne Johnson has been in a Marvel movie, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
And Tom Cruise hasn't been in a Marvel
Diesel
movie.
is not Marvel.
Tom Cruise. Okay. Oh, yeah. You're right.
That's pretty funny to me, actually.
But Marvel's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the trend. I think it's getting a little less now than it was, but like at the time, like these actors were booking Marvel, and then everybody was like, "Oh, we need them. We need Chris Hemsworth. We need Scarlett Johansson and stuff like that." And like Scarlett Johansson's just speeding up right now. Like I think Zoe is kind of locked into a couple of franchises, but Zoe has the Batman Part 2 coming up. She just started her like Jurassic World like career. I think she at least has 2 more Jurassic World movies in her.
Yeah.
So I could actually see Scarlett Johansson maybe passing. I guess it depends
until Avatar 4 comes out.
That's right.
I don't. I think I saw an interview where she was talking about more just like doing the projects she wants to do at this point. And while I 100% respect that, I don't think that will be like huge money makers necessarily.
Apparently, Michelle Yeoh's going to be in Avatar 4.
Avatar 4 and 5. Yeah.
All right, so we got a couple super chats.
The same thing again.
I will look at the super chats right after this. I want to watch the trailer for Legacy of Monsters. Now, I don't know who else watched this. I watched it it's on Apple TV. Yeah. It is in the Legacy. Wait, no, it's the Legacy. It's in the Godzilla King Kong monster universe. I enjoyed season 1. I know a lot of people were kind of lukewarm on it. This trailer makes me so excited for season 2 because it looks like a fucking movie. So let's watch this here. If somebody would have told me this was going to be a movie, I'd believe it based on this trailer. Because I watched it earlier, but I want to watch it with you guys and get your thoughts on it.
The world has changed.
Something's happening.
This is not Kong.
And it's not Godzilla.
This is something bigger.
He opened the rift to another world.
We made a mistake. So, what's next?
Consequences.
All right.
Well, like
Thoughts
if you
on
told me
that?
that was the trailer for the next MonsterVerse movie, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looked epic.
Yeah.
So any thoughts on this? Is anybody watching this, or is it just me?
I
I don't have Apple TV.
I watched season 1 at the time. Like, I loved it, and when I was talking about it with Darth hated it. Darth despises the show. But I like season 1 a lot. It's my favorite thing in the MonsterVerse, easily. Like, I think leaps and bounds. I think it kind of does everything that the MonsterVerse kind of doesn't nail sometimes, and like does it in a very interesting way, which is crazy because like the whole pitch of the show was like, hey, what if, like, we're doing the MonsterVerse, but let's focus on the humans. Like, that's the pitch. And like that's the thing people don't like about the MonsterVerse movie. So it's so interesting for that to be the focus of this. It looks good. It looks great. My only complaint is it's basically March when this comes out, which
that's right. We've got like a bunch of other shows coming out at the same time.
Daredevil and The Boys and Invincible. So I probably can't cover the show because I'm like, well, sorry, too many other shows.
And Omega watches everything on the 7 Cs, right? Like basically.
I really haven't.
You don't have Apple TV Plus, right?
No, I really haven't done it. I had actually might at least maybe do a free trial wherever because I do want to watch Foundation.
Oh my God, Foundation is so fucking good.
I do.
Such a good show. Probably my favorite sci-fi show of modern times. And to be honest, it's so good.
They don't have like a big catalog, but Apple TV really is like the best in the.
I mean, Pluribus. Right, I found out that the lead actress for Pluribus went to high school 5 minutes from my house.
That's really.
Yeah, really? She literally grew up here. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one from Better Call Saul, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't she? Yeah.
We got a $1 super chat from Columbia Rican towards our goal. And then we got a $2 super chat from Cartoon49. Thoughts on the Golden Globes event? Does anybody have any opinions on it? I think I've said before, I'm not a big award show person, but I did see that Pluribus won some awards, so that's good.
Which that was her first award. I think that was the big breakout moment where it's like Vince basically put her in the show because she got underutilized in like the awards session year after year after year after year. So it's cool. Her first time as a lead, they finally like acknowledge her for her abilities and what she can do. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope Emmy season does the same. I don't know. There's a lot of great movie or like TV actors this year, though, so it's going to be a tough race when it comes to Emmys.
There was some Mark Ruffalo drama about Trump on there. I saw that.
What? Mark Ruffalo went political? I've never heard.
I know. Shocking. We know that he doesn't like Trump. So big shock. People were like, "Oh, I'm deleting all the movies that I purchased." Okay, you already purchased them, so
he hasn't.
Okay.
He hasn't been quiet about this. Like,
right, this isn't new.
Been talking about
and also, I thought it was interesting. Who hosted it?
I don't know.
It's a comedian. What's her name? I can't think of her name now. But anyway, she called CBS News. She goes, CBS News is now, you can see BS News. And I was like, oh, I see what you did there. Which, by the way, CBS News has seen like I think it was a double-digit decline. I think it was like 30 to 50% decline in viewership, which is good. Nikki Glaser. That's who it is. Yeah. I couldn't think of her name.
Good. Barry Weiss is awful.
Yeah. So, Columbia Rican says Mark Ruffalo is big time progressive. Mindy Hassan interviewed him and went deep. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's been like that for years. He's been like that since Trump's first term. So, not really surprised. All right. Before we wrap things up and do all of our stuff, we want to watch the trailer for One Piece.
Oh yeah,
because I did say I wanted to watch it. Anybody here One Piece fan? Live action One Piece fan? Animated?
I'm going
manga?
to watch season 1 soon. I've read on my live stream. I read the first manga and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. One Piece is one of those things where like 1,500 episodes or something. It's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot of episodes of it,
all in one season.
Yeah.
At first, they were merely a rumor. A dark whisper.
I can already see some people are going to be mad about a casting. I just saw.
They're an organization of assassins.
Oh wow! I love the costumes in
the absence of hope. You will never find the one piece.
My friends. Together. There's nothing we can't take on.
So you're a captain of the Straw Hat Pirates?
Monkey D. Luffy.
You might think you're unstoppable, but your friends aren't made of rubber.
You've gotta be.
These guys are unstoppable!
Now's my turn.
Good luck.
March 10th. So it's basically 2 months away.
So yeah,
March
nothing's
show.
coming out in March. That's what we've learned.
Oh my God, another show dropping right in the middle of all the other shows.
It's literally like what is it? It's Ted season 2. It's One Piece. It's Daredevil. It's Invincible. It's The Boys. It's Euphoria. It's
Wait, are they dropping Invincible and The Boys in the same month?
one's the end of April. The other one is in March. So they're going to be overlapping with each other. They're airing at the same.
Columbia Rican's brother's a big One Piece fan. Yeah, you should check it out. Big Fieldy says, wasn't there some controversy about the actor who played Luffy? I don't know if there was. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. Meister said it looks so good. Oh yeah, Star Wars Theory showed the money he makes to prove his channel isn't dying. I thought that was funny. He was going in and going, this is how much I make off of actually, bro, whatever. But yeah, there is a casting or a couple of castings in there I think are going to piss people off, but I won't give it any time here on the show tonight. Look right here, Stamina MC, Invincible, Daredevil, and The Boys will overlap. Yeah, that's all going to overlap.
I get Daredevil overlapping. It's different networks, but like Invincible and The Boys, like they share a base. You could spread that out and just not overlap them. But
Stagger versus we already have Fallout season 2 that will be going in the next.
Well,
few weeks,
that'll be wrapped up before March, though. I think.
Yeah, it's crowded. All right, so here's the deal. I'll do the announcement first. So a lot of people have been asking me about doing some political content, and I've kind of shied away from it on my Debunks channel because there isn't really a niche market for that. But what I'm going to start doing is like twice a month, going over social issues and things like that in politics and culture that I don't really cover anywhere outside of my post on my community tab. So I'll be debuting that in February. So you'll be getting that from me in February. And we'll see how it goes. If people support it, I'll continue to do it. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's what I'm planning on doing. So thank you guys so much for your support. I do appreciate it. Fallout tonight. Yeah, it's going to be a good episode. It drops at midnight, West Coast, 3 a.m. East Coast, because fuck us, I guess. All right, over on the Reloaded channel, because you guys, we hit the goal over there. We're going to end the poll and see what everybody picked. 32% picked 5 dream films and TV shows. So that's what we're going to be doing. We will be dropping dream projects. Like I said, the example I used earlier was Thundercats. I'd love to see a live action Thundercat. So that's my example. Something along those lines, or properties that failed, things that came out that didn't work that you want to see them try again. Jose said Jake is sleeping.
I think he is. I think
I'm not.
Jake needs to be tucked in. That's hilarious. Anyway, so that's what we'll be doing. Let me put that in my notes here. So I have that.
Ooh, John Carter's a good vote immediately.
Oh, man. That movie was a letdown.
Which one? What was that?
John Carter.
Oh, God. Yeah. No,
made it seem like Taylor Kitsch was going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of actors like that time, I remember.
Anyway, I want to appreciate everybody for being here. We're going to go clockwise. Give shout-outs for what you want, starting right here, and we're going to go around.
Oh, hello. You can see my work here. I don't really do much on Blue Sky anymore because honestly, Blue Sky's kind of boring. I did post something a couple of days ago. I'm debating on posting something else. I'm actually working on something right now. But yeah, if you want to see my work, go here. That's about it.
Okay. Then we have Darren. Let's see. I'm going to blow Darren up to full size. Why did he change places?
Well, it swapped, yeah.
Trading places.
Hello. Yeah, you can find me on Darren Sanctuary. What's today? Tuesday?
Yep.
Is that what today?
Not anymore.
Wednesday. So yeah, I guess tomorrow we have a new Pipeline podcast. I talked with Josh from the Shortlist podcast. We did like our December movies we missed. So we talked about Avatar: Fire and Ash. We talked about Marty Supreme and a couple of those movies we missed in December. So yeah, you can go check that out.
All right. Since we got moved around somehow, which I don't know, Jake, since you were sleeping, we're going to blow you up on screen now. All right, go ahead.
We got Last Levels right here. We're actually starting a new game this upcoming Sunday to kind of build up some more hype for the new Lego Batman game. We're doing Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, and then throughout the coming weeks, more of the same Let's Plays, rankings, secrets, all that jazz. We're gonna see if we can try to hit the 2K mark by Comic-Con.
Okay, there we go. And last but certainly not least, we have Bob in the building.
I will be filmed in front of a live studio audience, but Thursday I'll be doing a double stream. I'll be doing my regular comic book and Chud coverage, but then I still have my regular podcast. So I'll be talking about Primate. I'll be talking about Waiting for Guffman, and I'll be talking about One Battle After Another. Which, yeah, so I'm excited to talk about that.
Okay.
So that's all going to be Thursday. So big old lineup Thursday. Enjoy.
All right. Well, thank you. And also check out Crazy Joe's Adventure and Crazy Joe's Concession Stand, who was here earlier. And that's pretty much it. I think we're done for the night. I want to thank everybody for being here. We'll be back on Thursday night. And are we doing a showcast tomorrow or not?
We're doing one later, so
Okay.
I don't know if that fits with your schedule, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
working late,
showcast
I'm-
tomorrow. We'll see how things work out. I'm getting a haircut and a beard trim, and I'm going to the Lego store tomorrow. So we'll see if how things work out for me.
Oh, get
'cause
me
I
the
do have to work
Enterprise.
for it, so- Okay, we'll do that.
I would
Yeah?
love the Enterprise.
You
Oh
gonna
my
get
god.
that? You gonna get that $300 Stranger Things?
Yeah, I was just looking at
Oh,
it earlier.
God. You know what? The truth is, I could
That's
actually
$400.
I could do a semi live stream thing when I go to the Lego store. I might do that tomorrow from a vertical live stream. So we'll see. Anyway, we're out. See everyone later. Have a good night. Hey there. If you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.